Jody said, "We'll get started soon in 6 minutes."
I ain't get started, man. Oh, shit. I cannot grab this shit. There we go. What you doing, man?
Jody said, "What favorite Tupac songs? Who really Pac fan? Drop them in comments."
I'll start in a minute, chat. Make sure everything's straight real quick. Tweet. Let's see what's going on. Tweet be hating on me, though. Okay. Y'all long stream night. We doing this movie, and we also doing some more interviews tonight. Alright, we is live. Okay, bet we good. I want to add my little other Tupac shit, so I don't know. God damn it, I forgot what the fuck name. Forgot what it was. I had found it earlier. Oh, it's Water 6. Okay, bet. I might add this in here, chat. I might mute that shit too. Water. I'm gonna add the other Tupac animation in.
Please don't take me out the game.
I ain't gonna kill you. We was homeboys once, pig. Once we homeboys, we always homeboys. Even if you is a fat phony.
Please don't take me out the game.
I ain't gonna kill you. We was homeboys once, pig. Once we homeboys, we always homeboys.
Yeah, it's gotta be 3. I gotta find 3. 3, 3, 3. Where is that? They lied to me. It's not no fucking 3. Hold on, y'all. Move this fucking shit up, boy. Oh, here you go. I ain't did it so long, bro. Trying to wait till everybody get in. I don't want nobody to miss out. So, y'all bear with me. Even though I started stream early, I'm supposed to start at 11. I'm really gonna starting at 11 though. I mean 12, cause you know what I'm saying. Yeah, all my people, all my Tupac fans, we vampires in this motherfucker. To be honest, we be out early in the morning and shit. I bet I had to add this one in. I don't know where to put it. Should I put it right here? Yeah, I'm gonna put it right here. I don't want to cover up Machiavelli though. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Fuck it, I'm gonna cover it up. I'm gonna put it right here. Fuck it. I'm waiting till everybody get in before we start. I'm going on something else. Before we get started, I'm waiting till everybody get in here first. I'm going to start though, but I'm waiting till everybody get in here first. Then boom, we'll go back to it. We just go off of Tupac and Biggie for right now. I'm waiting till everybody get up in here. We locked in, we back, baby.
Another one.
Give me a hell yeah.
Another
What?
9 minutes.
What?
Alright, we gonna say this one. We gonna go back from what we were doing yesterday. To everybody get up in here. And boom. What we was on yesterday? We go back to we finished out with the Las Vegas shit.
Had missed the Tyson fight, and also the one he just had with Orlando. They then walked back to the luxury hotel and casino, which was the place where Tupac was staying. It's a little more than half a mile away from the MGM. Takes about 11 minutes.
Oh yeah, we just doing it to everybody come back in. Then we supposed to do this video right here. This movie right here they had on YouTube. They just dropped that motherfucker. But they ain't just dropped it. I dropped like a month ago. I had just seen it. It's like unseen like video from Tupac and all that shit. So his Bodyguard and all that. So I'm waiting till everybody get on. Everybody usually come in about 11 o'clock. So I'm gonna just play this for a minute. Then boom. We got a long stream night anyway. So y'all stay locked into me. I appreciate everybody that's in here right now. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it.
Minutes by foot. Tupac then returned to the suite he shared with his fiancée Kidara Jones, daughter of the music impresario Quincy Jones and sister of QD3,
She ain't worth a
the
fuck.
producer of several tracks on the Don Illuminati album. Kidara was serving as Tupac's concert for the Vegas weekend, and she listened as Tupac bragged about the trashing he had just given Orlando.
Hold on, twin. And y'all didn't tell me. I forgot to put my damn camera on. No, I'm tripping. Forgot to put my damn camera on. Oh, there it go fucking up and shit.
At Stuart McCormick 3977 said, "Who is the dude next to Pac up above?"
Excess and tossing on. You ever get tired of getting into him, man? He like a sad, what's it called? What's the term? Sad boy. But he do all genres though. He do rap, R&B, reggae, all type of shit though, bro. He was a genius too, just like Pac and shit. They had to get him out the way too, cause he was telling the truth and shit. So y'all make sure y'all get into SS and Tasha, bro. Can y'all see me? We good? Baby, I think I'm good.
Some people started a fight with me for nothing. Something's up, you stay here. Kidada, instinctively wary of
we gotta go all
potential
the way back,
blowback
bro.
from the beating, agreed. In the morning, Pac was reminded by his cousin Jamala Lassane that they were leaving for Vegas in a few hours. They had big plans for that night. It was the evening of a championship boxing match between the heavyweights Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon. Pac and Mike were good friends. He had paid him a visit back in March when he fought Frank Bruno. So Pac wanted to attend the fight and then go perform at Shook's nightclub 662. Mike Tyson was invited too. So Pac was looking forward to it. He had a 5-hour ride ahead of him. A few days prior, rumors started circulating of the Southsiders wanting to come see the fight and afterwards pay them a visit at the 662 club. So Shook, the people on death row, and the Pyru came prepared.
So y'all heard rumors, and y'all told y'all security. See, this is a damn setup. I ain't gonna. Oh. That's why you told. Like, I don't understand that y'all knew y'all had rumors they were gonna come up there. Know y'all beefing with them. Then y'all tell y'all security not have weapons and stuff. I don't understand that right there, twin. That gotta be a setup. I don't know about y'all.
They knew that the Southsiders were coming. That's why Reggie Wright and his people went there a day prior. That Saturday, there were about 100 people from Death Row on their way to Vegas. Shook, artists like the Outlaws, Danny Boy, Pac of course, his cousin, girlfriend, loved ones, members of the label, security, and more Pyru members.
Universe, bro.
All sitting in luxury cars and vans. They stopped at Barstow in order to refuel. Pac went to the restroom, and now all of a sudden he's in the middle of an argument with members of the Long Beach Poly football team. They started yelling at each other, and once they got out the restroom, a fight broke out. In the end,
Who the fuck is the Long Beach Poly? Who the fuck is that? Hold on now. Research. We gotta do research. Research. Y'all know I like to do research. What's that? Long Beach. Cause I wanna know who they are. Long Beach Poly. Is it politics? He got to vote on the football team. What the football team do? So what the fuck? Hold on now. What's this? They were classmates? That's crazy. Damn, that's crazy. Both of them blew up too, and they were classmates. But you got into it with the football team. Okay, bet.
entire team got beaten up by the Death Row entourage. According to Danny Boy, they were all getting thrown around the parking lot. Afterwards, they all got back in their cars and drove off as if nothing happened. They didn't stop until they reached Las Vegas at around 3 p.m. After checking in at the Luxor Hotel, they spent some time at the Luxor Casino, where Park met up with Frank Alexander, who was driven there by Reggie Wright Jr., with whom he just had a security meeting at the attorney's office. Frank went over to Park.
Appreciate you subscribing to the channel, bro. I appreciate that.
Another one.
Give me a hell yeah.
Appreciate that, fam.
Hugged and greeted him while he was gambling with the Outlaws. They wanted to check out the casino at the MGM Grand Hotel, which was the largest single hotel in the world with over 6,852 rooms. It was a spot where the fight would take place that night. He thought his girlfriend Kidada Jones and cousin Jamala Lassane wouldn't be interested in gambling, so he told them to stay at his suite. Frank, the Outlaws, and Tupac went to the MGM Grand by foot. It was about a half-a-mile distance. He promised the ladies that he will come get them before the fight begins, so that they can watch it together. But until then, they had more than 4 hours to waste. So they started spending time in the casino, gambling and losing thousands of dollars within just a couple of minutes.
In a minute?
Park wanted to waste all the money he had that day. So Park was having a great time and was excited.
He knew something was gonna happen. He didn't give a damn.
To see his friends Mike Tyson in the ring at
I already
around
gave
8
Jerry
p.m.
Ray too.
But he wasn't the one that had the tickets.
This shit too.
After gambling for about an hour and a half, Park told Frank to go call Reggie Wright and ask him what time Shook wants to meet up so that they can go to the fight. cause Suge and his people weren't actually with Pac. Frank didn't have a radio, so he had to find a landline phone to make that call, and that's when they got separated. After making that call and coming back, they were nowhere to be found. Turns out that Pac and the Outlaws went back to the luxury hotel without saying anything.
Pyramids though,
And Frank had to look for them everywhere in the MGM Grand Casino. He went back to the landline phone and called the other bodyguard, Michael Moore, at the luxury hotel, who was actually told by Reggie Wright to go to the Club 662, where the other bodyguard, Al Gittins, was waiting for him.
Hold on now. Hold on now. It is. Since I said this shit, it just popped in my head. Tupac. I know I type that shit in around. We gotta put Las Vegas building, Las Vegas. What? Which one on the building? Okay, I thought it was one of them damn buildings with the pyramids on it. I was about to say something too. This is the
At True Grizzly as Fan 22 said, Pac is a legend. Not only he died too young, but the amount of records he solved at a young age. Miss Pac.
Another one.
Give me a hell yeah.
Me too, bro. I miss him too, bro. Even though I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? I had to wait till I get older. You know what I'm saying? Late 2000s and shit, just to really understand who he is as an artist and shit. You know what I'm saying? I miss it too, but I'm mad I didn't get the experience with the all the older people in my stream experience during that time. That's the only way I can relive this shit, to be honest. Like, for real. But I want everybody to get in here too. We got a Tupac Unseen Unfiltered. They say a free movie. So these like interviews and shit of Tupac that's not been seen yet. Well, I haven't seen. I don't know if y'all already seen this, but I'm waiting for everybody to get in here. I'm probably gonna start it up around about 11. So we're just gonna do this tonight to then.
Michael Moore told Frank that he wasn't allowed to stay with Pac, because he was supposed to work at the club. Frank Alexander was the only bodyguard assigned to Tupac that day.
Yeah, we need
Pac
him.
was under the impression that Michael Moore would come with him, back to the MGM.
I respect him, bro.
But he was told by the head of security, Reggie Wright.
Hey, any man shoot at the police, you know what I'm saying? For his brothers, for his own color, I respect that man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all right or wrong, I don't give a damn he right or wrong, bro. I'ma ride with him. You know what I'm saying? Ride, and whoever beef with him, we ride on our enemies. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I pressed my own shit.
Gotcha, bitch.
Frank Alexander is the only bodyguard that will stay with Pac. And Pac was pissed off. He went upstairs to his suite to get dressed and told the Outlaws to do the same. He told them to meet him downstairs at the lobby in about an hour and a half, so that they can go together to the fight. Idi Amin, Castro and Gaddafi went up, got ready and waited for Pac, who actually took off with Frank Alexander about a half an hour later back to the MGM Grand without telling.
What the fuck happened to her eye? She a vampire? What the fuck? We got singers in here? Well, sinners? The fuck?
Them. Either because he forgot about it, because of miscommunication, because he didn't want to let them down, or because of a change of plans after being informed by Shook's people that there are not enough tickets. To this day, the Outlaws have no clue why they were left behind. The second time they went to the MGM that day, Pac wanted to catch a cab instead of going by foot. They entered the building through the front entrance, where they were greeted by dozens of fans. He decided to spend more time at the casino, taking pictures with fans and walking around from table to table to check everything out. Him and bodyguard Frank Alexander were left alone in the casino. They were waiting for Shook and his people to come back. According to Reggie Wright Jr., there was supposed to be another bodyguard with Pac that night, but he didn't show up. His name was Kevin Hackey. Danny Boy had red stains on his pants that day, so he spent the whole night shopping and missed the fight. Frank Alexander wasn't allowed to carry weapons. Reggie Wright also forced the other bodyguard, Michael Moore, to wait at Club 662 instead of guarding Tupac.
Know what I'm saying?
The bodyguards couldn't communicate with each other,
Shout out my boy, he on
as
point
none of
tonight.
them were allowed to bring their
Shout out right
radios.
there. Shout out, my boy on point tonight. I fuck with you, twin. You know what I'm saying?
Another one. Another one.
Give me a hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah.
I can say Nipsey Hussle too. Nipsey Hussle. I know Nipsey Hussle. Who else we got? Nipsey Hussle. Damn, they about the only one, really. I want to say DMX though, about. Yeah, DMX gave back too. I can't think of them off the top of
So
my head.
Frank and Pac were in the casino all alone,
Yeah, I know, dropping the
waiting
comments.
for Suge and his
wanna miss
people
nobody.
to arrive with the tickets. There were around 18 Southside Crips in the building. They could have done something to him if they saw him, cause Pac was running around all alone with his bodyguard trying to catch up. He even lost him at one point. But in the end they found each other and waited for Suge and his people at the entrance of the arena. Pac was real antsy, yelling, "Man, where the hell is Suge?" Suge coming late really ruined their plans that night. They had no time to go back and get the people that were waiting for him at the luxury hotel by the time Suge arrived, assuming that Pac really wanted to go back and get them,
put it right.
cause it's also possible that he just tricked them, knowing that they can't come in the first place. So the outlaws and the ladies were waiting for nothing basically. Suge got there with his right-hand man Buntry,
What the hell Suge
Neckbone,
was it?
who's another member of the Mob Peru, and Trayvon Lane, the guy who got into a fight with Orlando Anderson at the Lakewood Mall back in July. Death Row had security and Mob Peru members everywhere, at the 662 Club and also at the MGM. The Death Row capo Mob James was
facts,
already
bro.
at the club,
I
and
ain't mad
according
at
to
you. That's your
him,
favorite song,
they
bro?
were
Pitch Me
already
Rolling.
informed that the Crips were
Okay,
coming.
they're the only
Tupac
two?
didn't really know much about Keefe D and the Southsiders. He just heard that they were coming for them.
This nigga.
According to Keefe D,
I like you,
they
bro.
were just there for the boxing match and to have a great weekend. They weren't even there to go after them. They were just there for fun. He said they all had tickets for the fights. Only problem was that the seats were spread out all around the arena, meaning Orlando Anderson
Now,
and
y'all
Keefe
got. Now, you got to be the dumbest. Let's go ahead and get you the dumbest game bangers I ever know. All y'all got with tickets. Y'all didn't get no money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hate on Pop for goddamn for the California and the Hit 'em Up song. Y'all want to ride for pussy. Damn dummies.
D got separated.
It was
So
at
they
this moment
decided
that
to
he
meet
knew
up at the
he
cafe
fucked up.
inside the MGM after the fight is over. The Tyson fight was supposed to begin at 8 p.m., but it
Oh,
started
this is
about
Rob.
15 minutes late. Neckbone and Trayvon Lane were told to stay
Yeah, they all
back
my
and
favorite
keep an
ones too,
eye
bro.
out for the Southsiders. So they weren't allowed to watch the fight. They stayed at the entrance of the arena waiting for Pac, Suge, Frank and Buntry to come back. Cause they were actually the only ones from Death Row that were able to see the fight. The four walked in right when they played the national anthem. The town was packed with boxing fans from all around the world, including wall-to-wall
I've never seen
celebrities.
that fight though.
Las Vegas nears peak
is a good
capacity
fight right here.
almost every weekend of the year. But this fight, a premier event, had sold out all the hotel and motel rooms in the region
God
and
damn.
gridlocked the entire Las Vegas Strip. It would end up being a deadly fight night. Tyson was expected
Y'all
to
paid all
win
that money
back
for
the
that.
heavyweight
And
championship
they knocked
he had
them motherfuckers
lost
out quick.
6 years earlier to Buster Douglas in Tokyo. High rollers eagerly flocked to the desert at the invitation of the casinos to attend the fight as an opening act to a weekend of gambling and partying. That was the whole plan of the Southsiders that weekend. And Tupac, the highest selling rapper and one of the most respected people in hip-hop, was among the many celebrities who were expected to assemble at the MGM Grand. They had already done it 6 months prior in March 1996. Together with Suge, he had attended the Mike Tyson-Frank Bruno fight at the MGM.
Oh hell yeah.
Pac just loved seeing him in the ring and even recorded tribute songs for him, which they played before the fight when Tyson entered the ring. The song Pac recorded for the Frank Bruno fight was called Road to Glory, on which he dropped lines that fans
like-
connected to
so
the
what's y'all
Vegas
favorite
shooting
album then?
and interpreted as a prophecy of death.
Let the world know I plan to die. If I don't leave with what I came for and be denied.
This caused a lot of confusion, controversy, discussion and
That boy don't miss,
speculation.
boy.
Pac fans have always said that he predicted his future in his music and interviews.
Matter of fact, he said let the world know I plan to die if I don't leave with what I came for. I won't be denied. He said that. What's that song you named, bro? Death Around the Corner. He said it. I forgot what he said in Death Around the Corner. He said something about if I die, who cares? Something like that. I forgot what he said. I've been listening to that shit like a motherfucker. My thing is, why the fuck did he start talking about death though? That's what I want to know, Tupac. I know you want to be different, but what made you like? You know what I'm saying? Only thing I can think is, did you sell your soul, bro? Come on. Cause at this point, all the years later, all the other rapping stuff, I believe, you know what I'm saying? If you get in there in the music industry, you know what I'm saying? They give you a certain time limit. You know what I'm saying? They tell you can get all this and get all this, the riches. You got certain. They give you. I think they give you the date too. With date, how long you got? You know what I'm saying? Like say you got about 5 years. I give you about 5 years. You make this such much money, then you got to come back. You know what I'm saying? We got to collect it. You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing. Like I don't understand why he was talking about death though. I don't understand that. If y'all know, let me know.
That he prophesized his own death. Some even say that the Vegas shooting was staged and planned days, weeks, or even months in advance. There are thousands of conspiracy theories surrounding this incident that people still believe in to this day. Pac had numerous lines on the Tyson tribute Road to Glory, on which he stated that he planned his own death.
What?
Lines that people use to back up their claims and theories of him having faked his own death and escaped to a different country. As mentioned earlier, a day prior to the Vegas shooting, Pac recorded another song for Tyson, this time for the Bruce Seldon fight. The song is called Let's Get It On, and was played when Tyson stepped into the ring.
So we gonna watch him beat this boy silly. And then we gonna all go party at 662's mob style.
Mentioning the 662 Club, which again was a nightclub in Las Vegas owned by Death Row CEO Suge Knight. It was the place Pac and everyone else wanted to go before the shooting. Some of the Southside Crips sitting in the arena heard those lyrics and learned about Tupac's plans. Tupac watched the...
And I'm just going back over there. I just got so many questions. What club it was? Las Vegas. Cause it's I can't even say it right. How you say it? Damn, country folk. Club. What club? What club? Club CC. It was not. Was it club CC? CC2? Never mind. I thought it was called Club CC6. Matter of fact, do they got a meaning? Let's see meaning. Let's see if it got a meaning shirt. Yeah. They ain't gonna tell the truth. 12. What is that? 12, 13, 14? Yeah, that's about 14. I don't know. I'm trying to put the clues together. I don't know. Cold stare.
Fight next to Suge Knight. They were sitting in section 4, row E. $1,000 seats, some of the best in the house. Ooh. Even though Death Row had earlier purchased 12 tickets for the fight, which included seats for the record label's Bodyguards, only 4 tickets were used. Frank Alexander sat in seat 1, Pac in seat number 2, Suge in 3, and Buntry in seat number 4. The remaining 8 seats were empty, even though they were reserved for Danny Boy, Trayvon Lane, Neckbone, Pac's girlfriend Kidada Jones, Pac's cousin Jamal Hussein, Castro, Idi Amin, and Gaddafi from the Outlaws. Pac had told the Outlaws and the 2 ladies to stay at the luxury hotel until he comes and gets them to see the fight. But Suge and his people didn't come in time, and Pac, for whatever reason, took off on his own. They would have missed the fight if they had gone back to the luxury hotel to get them. Danny Boy couldn't come because he was still shopping. Everyone tried to dress accordingly for the event. That's why Tupac and the Outlaws went back to the luxury hotel to check.
Tupac cousin? I don't know. Hold on, is that Tupac cousin? Oh, nope. Wrong one.
On back to the luxury hotel to get.
That what she look like if she young? Oh no, Tupac cousin. Oh damn, wrong one. That gotta be his cousin. Yep, she got the same nose. Okay, that's the cousin. Okay, facts. Okay, that what she look like back in the 90s. The only pop song I don't know is on the songs he never released. You know, it's a lot of Tupac songs. You know, it's a lot of Tupac songs on live mixtape. It got everybody, Eminem. They got T.I., all them motherfuckers on the live mix. I said, God damn, all these artists at? You go on live mixtapes and you type in Tupac, you'll see all Snoop Dogg, all them motherfuckers got a song with Tupac, bro. I was like, what the hell? Watch Tupac. I can't watch it on here though. It got music in the background. That's the one he grew up in Oakland, right? I think it got music in the background, man. YouTube be tripping, bro. I'm gonna watch it on Twitch though. I'm gonna make sure I make a post say I'm gonna watch it on Twitch for the first time, cause I do want to see his early days in Oakland, cause we had touched on that with we had found out that Brenda got a baby. You know, the little girl and Brenda got a little baby. We found her years later. She did an interview. I did a stream on that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to it for y'all haven't seen it. I'm gonna go to it real quick, and then we get back on the video. We found out the baby wasn't even a girl. It was a motherfucker. It was a boy. They did find the real baby though. Then Brenda, the real Brenda, she touched on it while Tupac made the song and everything. I gotta find it. Hold on, where is it? Brenda got her baby. Oh, here you go. For y'all.
And hanging out with Tupac or meeting Tupac and things like that. I want to come out forward so everyone to know that.
I'm gonna start You said pain? Dear mama, I love this is my second one.
Knowing that she's in and out the hospital and
I gotta start.
where my background comes from, being related.
This for y'all don't know this Brenda. This her right here. Brenda, if y'all ever seen Brenda Got a Baby, I'm sure everybody that Tupac fan, they know who Brenda Got a Baby song on the video. This her.
In relationships and hanging out with Tupac or meeting Tupac and things like that. I want to come out forward so everyone to know.
I ain't gonna go on the stream. I'm just gonna go to it. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go do that instead.
Is hiding what's going on in the hood, in the neighborhood.
It released in 2003.
It was hard on me as a child.
Yeah, I gotta watch that
in
shit.
my household as well, knowing that she's in and out the hospital, and it's just, it's rough out there, in that areas and growing up in the inner city.
Yeah, she was in Oakland. She was in Oakland with Tupac.
I could say I was middle class, but still in the hood. I didn't want for nothing. My parents provided for us pretty good, I would say. I have brothers, they older brothers, so they was always overprotective and overbearing.
What? Why?
So they didn't want you to walk around the neighborhood any type of way.
Shit.
We lived next door to a park, so couldn't hang at the park too long. It was park hours. But like I said, I love Richmond. I rep Richmond all day long. That's my neighborhood.
Right. So before you did Brenda's Got a Baby, did you know Tupac prior to that?
I knew of Tupac because he hung out with my brother. Him and my brother had a great relationship. My brother was into the arts as well, writing music, poetry, and things like that. So Tupac started coming around. doing music, walking around with his notebook.
You never seen him before?
Observing and looking around.
Y'all ain't never seen him before? Hold on. I know y'all lying. Hold on. I ain't gonna play the music video. Damn, I gotta make a whole bunch. Y'all made me a whole bunch of these motherfuckers. I'm gonna show you who she is. For y'all, cause I know she a little older now, you know what I'm saying? She old now. She about 50. I think she about 45 or something like that. I'm gonna show you who she is. For y'all don't know. I gotta make sure I don't play the music. The music cut off? Yeah, bet. I'm sorry. Oh. Almost got me. This Brenda. That's who she is right there. And Brenda got a baby. Y'all know she is. Try to get close up of her. Yeah, this the girl that was carrying the baby and Brenda got a baby. Now we go back to her. Oh shit. Shit, damn, no one. I forgot what it said. See? She just older, huh? Man, she wasn't even, they said she was goddamn 17 at that damn shit, my motherfucker. And her, she supposed to play like she supposed to be 12 years old.
And I'm like, who is this new guy? Who is this guy? He's just sitting here with this book. And my brother, well, that's Tupac. He's a new upcoming artist. He's he's gonna be an artist. Around them days, everybody was trying to be a rapper. You had kids in the street yard, in junior high school, battling, rapping against each other and stuff. So everybody was coming up being an upcoming rapper. Everybody walk around the neighborhood dancing and capping on each other, rapping. So. Tupac was one of them people that's coming around doing
I don't like watching that shit because she threw the baby in the trash can. I don't like watching that shit.
I knew him and knew of him, but he was more so my brother's friend.
Oh, you didn't know?
So when Tupac was hanging around your family and he was hanging around your brother, did you have any interactions with him personally?
Just cordial conversation. When you see somebody, hello, how you doing, Tupac? What you doing today? What you writing in that book? Just normal conversation. What you'll do as a neighborhood friend.
Still look good.
Not nothing extra.
I'm mad I didn't grow up in the 90s, bro.
Tupac, you doing
I was a baby though, but
no, I wasn't that type of person.
Like be a dope.
But cordially, because he was a good friend of my brother, so I welcomed him into my heart, into my, my home as well as my brother friend. That's how I looked at it.
So Brenda's Got a Baby. How did you get the lead role for that video?
Well, I was chosen for the lead. Tupac already knew that he wanted me to do the video because, like I said, he was friends with my brothers and them, and they, hung around each other and did things with each other.
This in Oakland, y'all. It's like part of Oakland.
Like so
Tupac in Oakland.
The story was told to me that when he read the article of of Brenda, the story of Brenda, the article, he told my brother he was going to ask me to play in the video. And that one day your sister's gonna be really famous off of this song I'm writing. Because originally I don't believe that song was on the list to be on part of his album.
It went on the album?
Changed and took one of the songs off and put another song in. I think it was Brenda Got a Baby.
Brenda Got a Baby ain't on the album?
He already finished up his album supposedly, and I believe that was told to me that he changed it up and said I want to write this article. Look at this article, you guys. I'm gonna write a song about this. And I thought that was nice, to change up because he, Trap. I like this song Trap. And Trap. Tupac was coming around with his music, trying to enlighten what was going on in the hood. Things that you wasn't talking about. Everybody talked about, dope dealing, and getting a nice car, and he was thinking about really what's going on in the hood, the core of the hood. What people wasn't talking about.
Biggie. Come on right here. Look at him. Biggie, you could never.
Gotcha, bitch. This nigga's scared.
You could never, Biggie smile.
You're not talking about how the young man was trapped. And how us young men now still to this day still feel trapped. And getting chose and looked at.
Yeah, but that was actually happening a lot. We
You're a
didn't have
thug.
social media back then. Yeah, fact.
You're a criminal. We can have them come walk down the block.
Imagine we did have social media though, but this case, Tupac, biggest shit case would have been solved. Everybody had their phones out. She would have been had them motherfuckers solved. Nobody would have got away with nothing.
Because the neighborhood we came from, it was a drug neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So you would get picked on when you could have been a good student.
Nah, you talking about the article you read. That's what they said in the article, I think.
Or like Tupac, he was quiet.
She just played that like the actor, like you know how they get actors for videos and stuff, like girls and stuff for videos. She was just an actor. He just chose her.
Really say nothing. He was just walking around with the kids. You would get picked on in the neighborhoods by the police, and it's still happening to this day. And that what made Tupac stand out when he did come to me and ask me about the video. Yeah, that what stood out because I like what he was going with his music because I know I heard Trap, and I heard him, and then Part-Time Mother.
Trap, y'all heard Trap before?
That song as well. You know, my brother would share that song with me as well. And Trapped, yeah.
How old was you when you did Brenda's Got a Baby?
I was 17. That was in 92. I was 17, January 92. I
thought she was 12. They said she was 12. Hold on now. Damn, 17 they look different back in the day. They like a child. I thought she was 12 for real. Hold on. What that little cutscene at? When she's in the house. Damn shame, Brenda can barely spell her name. It's not our problem, it's of the British family. What is that? Oh, I think I went too far. I don't even want to see that damn scene. That's fucked up. She look 17. She don't look 17, bro. She look like she about 12. Y'all said she looked 17? Oh, he said, yup. It was on. She was saying she wasn't going to put another song on here in the New York Times and story. And Trap got a music video. Check it out. Oh, I gotta check it out. I gotta check that out. The girl who's... Oh, she was 13, 14? Damn, that's sad, bro. They had her in the street doing what she had to do. Man, that's crazy, bro. Like, a lot of people don't think about shit. Like, that shit still going on to the day, bro. You gotta think about this shit. That shit still going on to this day, bro. People don't... You know, people try... you know what I'm saying? We got our own lives to deal with at the end of the day. But you just sit down and think about that shit, bro. You like, damn, people, it's kids out there, 13, 14, 12, 11, 10, out there in the street, they're wandering, doing God knows what. You know what I'm saying?
17 years old.
Shit
I
sad,
sure
bro.
was going on 18 in the next couple of months. Yep.
So you didn't have to audition for the video. Tupac already knew he wanted you to do it and everything.
Yes. Tupac knew that he wanted me to do the video already. He already knew plans of what, you know, he had cast in his mind and what idea he wanted to do. From what I know of, my brothers had shared with me. You know, he didn't personally come to me and say, well, I want to choose you and I'm doing this song. You know, he shared that with my brothers now. And they also shared it with me when it, you know, once everything, he passed away and all that type of stuff, they shared more in detail of, you know, he picked you for the song and he knew that you would do a good part.
Damn,
playing out.
I know it. So is it real life though?
Wow,
real life too?
Interesting. I would have liked to know all that detail, you know, before you passed away. However, you know, it worked out the way it did.
I get moment silence for the real Brenda. I hope she in heaven, bro. I'm sad she had to go through that, bro. She ain't even live her full life. You know what I'm saying? That shit tear my little heart up. You know what I'm saying, Chet? Like, damn, she was, wait, 12, 13, 14, whatever age she was. She didn't get to live her full life. She, you know what I'm saying? The baby survived. Or we know the baby is the baby growing up now. It's a man. It was a boy. My bad. It was a boy. I thought it was a girl, but it's a boy.
Finding out.
The real Brenda baby was a boy.
I'm honored. You know, I'm still honored and humbled.
Oh, I can't play it on YouTube, bro.
So tell me about it, man. Brenda's got a baby.
Yeah, no, that shit got copyrighted.
Just give me a detailed account of how it was on set, and you know, just tell me about it.
On set, I was the star. They treated me like a star. You know how you back in those days you usually just read the magazines on how stars would act. Like, I need my water. I want to make sure I have cocktail and stuff like that. They rolled out the carpet for me, like I was just mainstream actress. You know, a lot of people couldn't come towards me. Brother. They kept me in isolated areas so I could stay focused because it wasn't no script. So they would come to me and tell me what they needed me, what part they needed me to act out, and what they was looking for me to pull out.
I'm also gonna do a stream on Twitch for y'all. If y'all want me to play Tupac songs, it's gonna be straight on Twitch. I'm gonna make a post on y'all. If y'all like and subscribe to my channel, I'm gonna tell y'all I might do it tomorrow, but I'm gonna do it straight to Twitch. We just gonna play all Tupac albums, all unreleased songs we never heard. We gonna play that shit back to back. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have a good time, a good party, get the jam. So,
you know, so that takes a lot to bring all of them different.
I wish I could do it on YouTube, man. They hit me with copyright so much.
Inside that video out of me. So the set was really professional. Wasn't a lot of hood type of stuff. It was a very professional set, and they just rolled out the red carpet for me. It was really nice.
Got any stories from being on set?
Most of the time I was with the producers and the videograph people, doing my makeup, getting me ready prepping me for the next set. You know, we had a little time we break and we had lunch and we all interacted a little bit from there, but yet I was still a little exhausted because, like I said, certain scenes I was doing, I was pulling out my all. If you look at the video,
yeah,
I was pulling out some things that I didn't think was in me, you know. Having a baby, I had to go back to having a baby. I was a parent then, you know. I had a 14-month-old baby at home, so I knew when they said act like you having this baby on the floor for real. I had to go back to think when I was in labor and having and trying to get that baby up out of me, and that pain had to come.
Oh, we gotta see it. I gotta see it. No, I ain't gonna play. I don't know. You two gonna get me for playing that shit.
All back resonating through my whole body again. So I look at that pose all the time. I had captured that pose before, and when I'm making that crucial pain, and I'm like, man, I was like really into this. I really had to come out of my body part to even present that in the film, you know. And I look at that still to this day. Even the scene where I'm arguing with my mother, going back and forth. Months later, I just not too long ago was arguing with my mother about my child. You know what I'm saying? It was like it was so much relationship and correlating with my life story that I was able to pull that out right then and there, you know. And so on the set, I wasn't really minding everybody around me because you really, when you're in acting and you're trying to pull out things, especially when you don't have no script, no idea, and somebody's telling you what they want from you, and can you bring this out of you?
I don't want to be no rapper,
and just giving you a little description. I'm trying to pull it out. Then I get tired. Then my brother come in my ear.
I used to, but all the shit they gotta go through. Hell no.
And so I could go back into it because, like I said, the video was mostly focused on me. It wasn't focused on Tupac. It was focused on the story and the message that he was trying to present to all, and to all that we see today. That's what the message was trying to present that day. So it wasn't no set where you was like, it's party, let's kick it, let's do all that. It was a really serious business that day.
So you didn't have any interactions with Tupac. I think Money B was on set. Mo Preem.
All right, we'll start right there. Shout out to I don't know her real name. What her real name is though? What's called? Ella? I think her real name Ella. Shout out to Ella for Brenda got a baby. You legendary. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? That shit still, Brenda Guy Baby still get played 30 years later. It's gonna be played again in 30 more years. Things that, like Tupac said, to the end of time, really, to be honest. Shout out to her, bro. All right, I'm waiting to everybody get in. We still gonna wait to, we're gonna start this shit right around about 12. We're gonna wait to everybody get in. And we're gonna start this Unseen, Unfiltered up, but we're gonna go back to this.
Change outfits. At first, Tupac was wearing something more
Tupac
comfortable.
is our rapper.
Trayvon Lane and Neckbone were told to wait outside the arena.
We ain't got
so
no
that's
rappers
why
like this
only
no
4
more,
of them could watch the fights. The Outlaws
Yeah, Drake
speculated
didn't
if they
sing
only
on
had
the
4
goddamn
tickets
song.
that night,
Oh my God.
and that they were lied to by Tupac in order for them to not be disappointed, meaning that they can keep the excitement until the last moment, instead of being disappointed and waiting in the hotel room all sad and miserable. Pac was also waiting for Suge the whole time. It's still unclear why Suge came so late, and more or less ruined their plans. Things would have definitely been different that night if the ladies and the Outlaws were with them. But Pac had already forgotten about them. He was filled with excitement and pride as his good friend Mike walked into the ring and his own lyrics pounded the arena. In town for the Tyson-Selden matchup besides Tupac were rappers like MC Hammer, Too Short and the group Run DMC. They, along with 16,000 speculators in the arena and millions more sitting glued to their pay-per-view cable channel, watched as Tyson dismantled Selden in exactly 109 seconds.
Damn.
Just like Pac predicted on the song dedicated to Tyson.
109
Let's
seconds.
get it on. All right, this ain't gonna last long. Y'all know how Tyson.
How many punches that is?
The spectators barely had time to settle into their seats before they found themselves getting up again and filing out of the arena. Tyson easily defeated Selden by first round knockout at around 8:39 p.m. in one of the shortest heavy.
You got your ass. He knocked the fuck out your ass. You did. He don't give a damn. He got paid like a motherfucker with that shit. I don't give a damn either, bro. He got paid like a motherfucker for that shit. What's up, Foreign? How you doing, bro? My brother in here, bro. What's up, man?
Another one.
Give me a hell yeah.
Matter of fact, I gotta make you moderator anyway, bro. Hold on, bro. I'll make you moderator.
Heavyweight championship fights in boxing history, lasting just a minute and 49 seconds. Tupac was hyped, excited, and rejoiced. Couldn't believe what he had just seen, feeling very proud of his friend. The fight somehow boosted his own confidence and ego. He was a lot more energetic after the fight. Pac was screaming, "Did y'all see that? 50 punches. I counted. 50 punches. I knew he was gonna take him down. We bad like that. Come out of prison and now we running-ish."
After the fight, Tupac is still in that mode.
Hey. When Tyson get in the ring, he knock motherfuckers out. Well, that's what Tupac gonna do.
He was still charged up.
At around 8:45 p.m., they left the arena and entered the lobby of the MGM Grand.
How you doing, brother?
On their way out, they were getting interviewed and Pac was screaming around. He was super excited and happy, telling the reporters what he had just seen.
What the fuck is playing in the background?
Neckbone and Trayvon Lane were waiting for them outside the arena, and coincidentally spotted 21-year-old Southside Compton Crip, Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, standing there all by himself in front of the entrance of the arena. It was never explained why Orlando stood there after the fight.
Yeah, why the fuck
Some
they
say
down?
he was after the gaudy golden diamond death row necklace, the one that he quote-unquote couldn't get the last time. Although KVD said that he actually managed to snatch it at the mall. He also said that they weren't even after their chains that day. Him and Orlando were supposed to meet up at the food court and cafe after watching the fight. So he wasn't supposed to stand there and wait for nothing, cause all the people he was waiting for were already at the cafe. Orlando might have just been confused that day. Trayvon Lane went to the death row entourage and told them that Orlando was the one responsible for the fight 2 months prior at the Foot Locker store at the Lakewood Mall in July 1996. Some people, including Frank Alexander, Mark James and Buntry, said that Trayvon informed Tupac about it directly by whispering into his ear. But according to Trayvon himself, he didn't actually talk with him. He supposedly only spoke to the other Pyru members, which were Neckbone, Buntree and Shook, cause it was a conflict between the Southside Crips and the Pyru. A beef that Pac technically wasn't involved in, as he wasn't an official member of the gang. According to Trayvon Lane, he just happened to overhear them, and immediately took it onto himself to retaliate.
One minute you say he is, 1 minute y'all saying he not. Y'all say MOB. Like, make up your mind, bro.
As they were his homies. He was a ride or die type of guy.
Bullshit, Robert,
he didn't even know who Orlando Anderson was. Didn't care about the consequences. Orlando was a known killer.
Fast,
a highly respected member of the Southside Compton Crips. Many people say that Pac wasn't part of any gang, but Mark James, whose brother Buntree was actually there that day, claims that Trayvon tried to make Pac an official member of the Mob Pyru, meaning the enemies of the Southsiders.
It was
that Pac wanted to prove them as loyal.
One period, I think, I want to say, what was it, 2016, 2000, I want to say 2018, like X and shit, like that rap, y'all see that dude on the right, X, they were changing the rap shit, bro. They was making kids, like he was making kids, like, that nigga had a big ass following, bro. He had the youth in his hand, like, they didn't like that shit. They had to get him out of the way, bro. They had to get him. I'm gonna do a stream on y'all, for all my older people that don't know about him. I'm gonna do a stream on him. But yeah, but they had to get him out of the way because he would change. Because when he was on top, that nigga, he was bigger than Drake, bro. He would change music, like trap music. Nobody want to listen to no trap music. Everybody want to listen to sad music and everything. So they had to get him out of the way. And soon he died. Now we listen to trap music. Everybody want to kill each other and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like explained earlier, he made songs about MOB, which could not only be an acronym for money over beast, like he himself explained, but also a reference to the gang he supposedly wanted to be a part of.
I can't blame Tupac for that because he was raised like that, bro. I would let people know he was raised like that, bro. He was raised by Panthers, bro.
Tattooed MOB on the back of his right arm. Screamed MOB on shows and interviews. So who knows? Maybe he was indeed part of that gang.
You can try to play that gangster shit, but we MOB for motherfucking real. You think you mob? We the motherfucking mob. Now who won? Get your cash on MOB. That's money over just because they breed envy. Them niggas don't know they gangbang in LA. They love fighting.
Tupac
I don't know what about gangbang, but he had that little rag on the left side now. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he with them boys for real.
And the whole beef with Bad Boy in mind, thinking Biggie and Puffy want Death Row chains in their music videos to ridicule and taunt them. Heard the rumors of them putting a $10,000 bounty on those medallions. So he was triggered when he found out that those weren't just silly rumors that somebody made up. They were now fully convinced that there are indeed people out there that are trying to knock out or even kill members of Death Row just to get one of their chains. He thought Puffy is really trying to humiliate him. Pac felt responsible for Trayvon Lane getting knocked out at the Lakewood Mall by Anderson, thinking Orlando wouldn't have gone for his chain if him and Puffy weren't beefing. He thought his friends wouldn't be in danger and there wouldn't be a bounty on those chains if Pac never came to Death Row and started dissing them. So he thought it's partly his fault.
Oh, hell no.
Puff is doing this
because...
Suge Knight
was Suge Knight was doing all this shit. He was goddamn popping up every Diddy shows and everything. Then he was fucking his baby mama. You know what I'm saying?
Of me. I have to make things right. I'm going to handle it myself. That's what Pac was thinking. For him, it was all part of the rap, part of the war he had declared on the Bad Boy camp. On top of that, he was thrilled, excited, and filled with adrenaline because of the Tyson fight he had just seen.
Everybody go to jail and come out, they got good luck.
That's very addictive.
When niggas come against me, I'ma knock they punks ass out.
If he didn't have anybody to fight, he'd find somebody to fight.
According to Napoleon from the Outlaws, the only person who was able to hold him back during these type of situations where Tupac started fights with everyone, including gang members, was his homie Big Syke.
I don't even know how many views that nigga got now. Besides Tupac, this is the only person I listen to. Let me go over here. Oh, please don't play a song. Okay, bet. That nigga got 42.9 million subscribers. God, this on one platform. That motherfucker's a legend, bro. Rest of it, PMP. Rest in peace, him. This is what I'll be talking. This is the other dude. I'll make sure y'all go check him out, though. But everything like Tupac, though. I ain't gonna lie. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see can I find an interview on this shit. He really good. He didn't like Tupac. I'm gonna see can I find it. I'm gonna see can I find it. Please don't give me ain't no music in this shit.
Go around.
Oh, I got fucking music, bitch. You motherfucker. I can't play it. You got music. But he said Tupac failed us. Basically he said Tupac failed us. Cause Tupac supposed to lead us, you know what I'm saying? All the black people, you feel me? He feel like Tupac failed us and gave the image of being a thug with a thug, like all the gangster shit with the pants hanging, with sagging and all that. That's what he feel like.
A Crip, who always kept an eye on him. He was the type to de-escalate problems instead of letting it go there.
They didn't like
unlike Shook's homeboys, for example, who had a bad influence on him. Syke was always in Pac's ear, like back when they approached him at the House of Blues, and Syke prevented the Crips from shooting him. But the two had a falling out in summer '96. And now Tupac didn't have a homie like that to come.
Have y'all seen DMX background? Y'all know DMX got messed up. I would never review DMX background again. Him and Big Pun mama. Oh my God. DMX mama. That motherfucker had it. Then dude laces weed. That's why he started doing, you know what I'm saying? That's why he messed up like that, bro. I said, oh, that shit was so sad, bro. I'm gonna damn cry. And I love DMX too.
Calm down. All the people around him were troublemakers and out of control. Some say the Bloods around Pac and Shook were the reason why Syke and Pac had a falling out. Everyone Pac had around him now was hot-headed just like him. So, without a second thought, at 8:45 p.m., he rushed to the lobby of the hotel where Orlando was standing, leaning against the wall watching people come out the arena. This was near the food court and near a bank of elevators. And again, the reason why Orlando was alone was because their seats were spread out all around the arena, and the Crips Orlando was waiting for at the entrance had already left the arena and were now waiting for him at the cafe where they were supposed to meet up. Orlando must have forgot, but the people from Death Row were thinking he was looking for them. Pac can be seen on the footage of the MGM security cameras running over to Orlando with the rest of his entourage behind him. The scuffle became enormously significant in light of the events that followed. Tupac, according to the account of the Compton Police Department, looked at Orlando and asked, "You from the South?" Then lunged at Orlando, dropping him with a left-right combo. Then others in Tupac's group joined in. Once they had Orlando on the ground, they started kicking and stomping on him. MGM security video caught the incident on tape.
Let me find that real quick. I'm gonna see can I find it for y'all. I know y'all. I'm always start though for y'all. When y'all say shit in my chat, I'm always start the stream. Let me see can I find it. I forgot what the fuck that shit was at. Why my shit with DMX?
Facility in Long Island. There,
gotta find this shit.
DMX to Bad Boy either. He became frustrated when he saw how Jay and Ja were making progress with their careers, while he was still as broke as when he made Born Loser in the early 90s. Cause Jay was recording his debut album Reasonable Doubt at the time. and X became a little jealous. Cause he was battling all these people like K Solo, Lord Finesse, Andre the Giant, Bill Blass, Jay, and people were saying that he never lost a battle, but somehow he was the one no one wanted to sign. Jay became DMX's first real rival, but only because X was super competitive. Since he wasn't making much progress with his career, he went right back to doing robberies, but this time his methods became more sophisticated.
Hey, nobody say DMS was a motherfucking thug, bro. They nigga was out there robbing motherfuckers and shit, all type of shit. God damn.
Would do cab hoppings. Basically, hop inside a taxi and tell the driver his destination, but then make him stop.
I'm trying to find that shit.
And found him a few blocks away, laid out on the street in a pool of blood. His head and face were numb.
Let's see, it probably before this.
At least not until they made some money. He recorded more tapes and songs, like 3 Little Pigs and Creativity.
Matter of fact, let me find it. Let me, Okay, hope this one got spoke with Tupac. I think he killed because he didn't have a real name.
E?
Can we put this together? Can we put it together?
Yeah, give him a question.
Can we put this together? Yeah.
So how did you feel? A lot of people, when Pac passed, and then you came to the scene, a lot of people compared you. They compared
I wasn't there when he died.
No, they compared you. How did you feel to that comparison? Some people get offended, some people
I used to correct people as plainly as I could. They were like, oh, you like the next Pac? I'm like, no, I'm the first X. They would say that.
Great. They would say
that. Oh, you like the next Pac? I'm like, no, I'm not the next anything. I'm the first.
That's a fact.
I mean, and it's crazy because I actually had a chance to see Pac.
Oh, word?
Walking. He said,
I never met Pac.
He said, oh my God. It's on Hammond Way off Sunset in LA.
Okay.
That hotel.
Okay.
And I saw him. He was a cool dude. Cool. He seemed cool.
Now, what year was this? You remember year?
I say like 97. 6.
Oh, wow. You met real Pac.
Yeah.
That's
you met the real
Walking by himself.
Right before.
It was 97, right?
Maybe 95. Maybe 95. Dre brought us out there. Dre brought us out there.
Why you say real Pac like that?
And he walked past and I seen him. My man said, what up?
That's that fat?
I'm like, what up? He said, what up? Cool dude in the heart. But I think and speaking as favorably as I can for someone who's passed, for someone who can't defend themselves.
Right.
I think part of the problem, a big part of the problem was he didn't have what New York niggas got. Like, I'm from New York, this is my block, bam. He had no one, he didn't have his crew. Right. So one thing, being a New York nigga, I know for a fact is you don't go to Cali and live there, right? Without like having the goon spots. Like, homie, you could be the hardest nigga in the world, but you don't go way over there without like no one ever knew where he was from. Where you from? Nobody ever knew.
But he was from Oakland, though. He lived in Oakland. We lived
all over the place. We all lived all over the place. But when you're from somewhere, you got niggas that grew up with you, that had your back, that loved you since you was in kindergarten. I mean, that fuck with you for real.
Y'all agree with that? Y'all let me know. Y'all agree with Ed saying about Tupac? But New York wasn't fucking with Tupac, though. You know what I'm saying? My thing about that, right though. Y'all stupid as fuck. It's the boy. Crazy.
Orlando then suffered a rather severe beatdown, as he was essentially jumped by 5 men. Tupac, who can be seen...
Basically the one I was trying to find, they were saying, the reason to DMX did Tupac was because he was trying to get because back then you had to get, the only way you can really get on major is like through Biggie, so he was trying to show loyalty to Biggie, If that makes sense, y'all. He trying to show loyalty to Big, so he made this song about Tupac. You know what I'm saying?
The footage right here, throwing the first 2 punches, sending Orlando to the ground. Trayvon Lane, who was closely behind, running at Orlando, trying to get a kick in, but losing his balance in the process, and accidentally shoving Tupac away. Them two being right next to each other might be an indicator for Trayvon Lane standing next to Pac when he informed everyone, cause he was the second one who got there. The third guy from Death Row who can be seen on the footage is Suge Knight, falling over the security guard, trying to get up and get a kick in. Then we have Neckbone and Black, trying to push Pac and Trayvon away, so that he can get closer to Orlando. He was bigger than the others, so it's only natural to let the big guys finish him off. Just like Suge, he got a few kicks in as well. And the last guy attacking him was Buntry, dressed in white with a black hat, just like Trayvon Lane, but with white pants instead of black. He can be seen kicking Orlando aggressively. Probably dealt the most damage to him. Him and Neckbone were strong fighters, some of Suge's toughest homies. That's why instead of relying on a security guard like Frank Alexander, Suge brought Buntry with him as a security, even though he wasn't a trained bodyguard, just a Ma Pyru goon. Speaking of Frank Alexander, he can be seen in the back rushing to Pac. He neither punched nor kicked Orlando, actually tried to get Tupac away from the fight by pulling him. And that's the key difference between a trained bodyguard and a guy from the streets. While Tupac's security was trying to de-escalate, Suge's security tried to deal as much damage as possible. Orlando had none of his homies there to help him. Only people helping him were hotel security guards who were trying to break up the tussle, throwing themselves over Orlando to block the kicks and punches in hope that they would stop, which they eventually did. Orlando managed to escape the worst of the beating by covering his face. Suge Knight would later receive a 9-year prison sentence for kicking him, of which he only served 5. According to Buntry's brother,
you get 9 years of kicking somebody? Oh, I would never do nothing in Las Vegas. Hell no. Fuck yeah. You get 9 years? Shit, fuck that. 9 years? Did you kicking somebody?
Mob James, Orlando yelled, "F you and your money," to Suge right when he got jumped. Bodyguard Frank Alexander said he tried to break up the fight by shoving Tupac against the wall. Orlando was just standing there, Frank said. According to his side of the story, Orlando was standing near a hotel security guard. So Tupac attacked him in front of the security, knowing that it would immediately get reported to the police and could potentially get him back in jail. Even though Orlando later told the security guards and the police that he doesn't want to press charges. At 8:55 p.m., Tupac and the Death Row entourage stormed out of the casino before the police could arrive. The most famous rapper in the world is now running through the casino, followed by a large crowd. A lot of people recognized him and decided to follow him through the casino. Pac was pumped up because of the Tyson fight and full of adrenaline, especially after beating up Orlando. Over 100 people were now following him out the casino. They walked out of the MGM Grand and ran into the Outlaws, who actually came back from the Luxor Hotel after finding out that Pac and Frank had gone to the fight without them. So they rushed back to the MGM, thinking they're going to miss the Tyson fight they had been looking forward to, but they had already missed it as it only lasted a few seconds. Pac, Suge and everyone else were already leaving, and they came face to face with the Outlaws at the entrance of the MGM. Tupac then told them that they had missed the Tyson fight and also the one he just had with Orlando. They then walked back to the Luxor Hotel and Casino, which was the place where Tupac was staying. It's a little more than half a mile away from the MGM. Takes about 11 minutes by foot. Tupac then returned to the suite he shared with his fiancée Kidara Jones, daughter of the music impresario Quincy Jones and sister of QD3, the producer of several tracks on the Donk Illuminati album. Kidara was serving as Tupac's concert for the Vegas weekend, and she listened as Tupac bragged about the trashing he had.
They say she partied with Diddy after, you know what I'm saying, after Tupac died and shit too. I don't want to hear her ass. Get her ass out of the way. Gotcha, bitch!
Just given Orlando. Some people started a fight with me for nothing. Something's up, you stay here. Kidada, instinctively wary of potential blowback from the beating, agreed to not accompany him, telling him that she'll stay at the suite. According to her, he was upset that the outlaws missed the fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, bro.
He also took his time to change his clothes. Had decided to go casual, picking out a dark green.
I'm sure every man in here in the stream, or women too, in y'all 20s, bro, early 20s and shit, man. Y'all know you wild, bro. You can give a damn. You want to go to the club, get a little drink in. You know what I'm saying? See some girls, see some tail. Shit, whoever want to smoke, you gonna get it too. You know what I'm saying? I think he would stay alive. He would got like wives at like 27, 28. He would come all the way down though. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Yeah, but I think he was under a lot of stress too. You know what I'm saying? Cause like you gotta think about it. Motherfucking New York set him up, so you don't know who to trust. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit, bro. He probably stressed over the death row too, bro. Cause you don't know if he can trust him or not. It's a lot of shit. Yeah, you got the charges against you and stuff, all type of shit. Like, god damn, but I know you straight like a motherfucker. Still making bangers though.
Nike tank top, baggy blue jeans, and of course a gold death row necklace. Conspicuously absent in Tupac's attire was the bulletproof vest he wore as protection against the many enemies he had accumulated on his rise to the top. Back when they were packing for the trip, he told her that he didn't need it. Some say it was Suge Knight who convinced him to not bring a bulletproof vest, but Pac himself didn't want to wear it. After all, Vegas was hot and dry. The flak jacket would be uncomfortable and noticeably bulky. Pac believed Vegas was far removed from gang violence, and the last thing he wanted was to create the impression that he had something to fear. Even his bodyguard Frank Alexander said that he had trouble getting Tupac to wear his vest, and that he wouldn't wear it very often. According to Frank, he only wore his vest in 1 out of 10 cases. Leaving Kidada to make her own plans for the evening, Tupac descended to the luxurious sweeping driveway, where the evening's convoy had already arrived. His entourage was a standard assortment of flags, flunkies and hanger-ons, as well as a hefty security presence, including Tupac's bodyguard for the event, Frank Alexander, one-time bodybuilder and former reserve deputy for the Orange County Sheriff's Department. Frank Alexander had his hand on the back door of the BMW and was ready to get in, but Tupac stopped him and told him to drive Kidada's Lexus together with the outlaws.
I see everybody now, so we gonna get on our main topic we supposed to get on. I'll wait for everybody to get up here. Okay, I seen this earlier today, the Unseen Unfiltered movie of Tupac, in interviews and shit. We gonna get up in here and see what they talking about in here. I had to skip somebody because they had music in it.
So much pregnant, they put a match to the door and said, "Fire, fire." And you know, it's like 5 in the morning, so my mother opened the door and they just burst in, put a shotgun to her pregnant belly.
Damn, who said it?
And put a gun to her head and said, "Don't move, bye, bye, bye." They said, "You're under arrest."
Damn, who said it? Who said that? Somebody said that in my chat earlier. Who said that? Let me give you a shout out for saying that. Who said that? I forgot who said that, bro. Somebody said that earlier. I did not know that.
Harris Crooks on June 16th, 1971 in Brooklyn, New York. Tupac's mother changed her name to Afeni Shakur and her son's name to Tupac Amaru Shakur, moving from New York to Baltimore and eventually to Marin City, California. Tupac's life fell into desperate times. As a teenager moving from place to place, Tupac began to rely on his skills as a rapper to survive. Eventually, Tupac joined the Oakland-based group Digital Underground as a roadie and ultimately landed a spot on the single Same Song.
He killing me with the damn song, bitch. Stop playing that shit.
That single
pissed me off, this, you know.
Where he recorded his first album, Tupacalypse Now. Tupac's first album reflected his militant upbringing, a change from the fun-loving artist that performed with Digital Underground.
Oh. I'm skip some of that, bitch. That shit's got too much music in it. Goddamn.
That same year, he was involved in a fight with a limo driver in Hollywood, California, who accused him of using drugs in his car. Later, Tupac spent 10 days in jail for taking a swing at a Lansing, Michigan rapper. With all of these accusations surrounding Tupac, his name became a launching pad for politicians and religious leaders as the symbol of everything wrong with rap music.
Names like Tupac Shakur, Flavor
Flavor Flav,
Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Reverend Calvin Butts is leading a crusade against violent rap from his pulpit in Harlem.
We're not against rap. We're not against rappers.
I heard this, bro.
But we are against those thugs.
Yes, I am gonna say that I'm a thug. That's because I came from the gutter and I'm still here. I'm not saying I'm a thug because I want to rob you and rape people and things. I'm a businessman. I mean, you know I'm a businessman because you find me at my places of business. You don't find me up in you know what I'm saying? I don't understand this. I don't understand
What do you think about the joke? Thug life meant the hate you gave little infants fucks everyone. I mean, it was an acronym meant to talk about the difficulty of young black kids.
THUGLIFE. The hate you gave little infant, UCK.
Okay, now I find out what this shit means.
Meaning, what you feed us as seeds grows and blows up in your face. That's thug life.
I don't think that the music or the artists that express those realities are creating the violence. I think they're the messengers. I think you don't shoot the messengers.
Basically,
Easy.
Gangster rap, I guess.
Shout out to Easy. That was on Bone Thugs, huh? Shout out to Thug Bones. I fuck with them.
It's like telling the real and not holding back, giving up, you know, the reality from the street point of view. And like by us being from the streets, we know how to report it. I tell, you know, basically what's going on.
The fact is that there are a lot of gangster records right now. There's a lot of voices for people who had no voice before.
Always had the oppressor wanting to call our women bitches. We always fought against it. We didn't spread it or to call us niggas. We always fought against it. We didn't perpetuate it.
But now it's your own people calling.
Now
shout out to you, dude. Hold on, we'll give you a shout out. Appreciate it. No, we appreciate your
Another one. Another one.
Give me a hell yeah!
To say that which we've always fought against.
Hip-hop culture in general has nurtured at its heart this femophobia, this disdain for females. And it comes across in the bitch and the hoe and the skeezer and the slut and the hood rat. It comes across in the extraordinarily...
It's your ass, though. You don't get none anyway. You know what I'm saying?
It was at this moment that he knew.
He going out. He going out.
At this moment.
Using big words, shit. I don't know what that shit mean. You know what I'm saying? Slow down, twin. You know what I'm saying? Using big words, shit. I don't know now. Give me the fuck get a dictionary out. You know what I'm saying?
Powerful virulence that they express toward women. And it's an interesting dualism. I love my mama, hate my baby's mama, right? And so if mother is eligible for erotic union, she's hated. If she's by virtue of her lineage, that is being my real mama, then she's adored and elevated. And I think that this mother love and mother hate, this mother attack and mother disparagement and mother embrace is the characteristic symbol of hip-hop culture.
Nowhere was this duality more evident in the music of Tupac Shakur. His music reflected his reality, and at times he referenced women with derogatory terms. However, he also showed a level of responsibility with songs such as Dear Mama and Brenda's Got a Baby.
Indeed, the rap artists have a responsibility. Those who pay them have a responsibility. But those who set the context have an even greater responsibility. If there were not such easy access to guns and drugs and so much unemployment and so much abandonment, the rapping would be abstract. The painful reality of the rapping is real. And somehow I get the impression that basic white mass media was to focus on rap and not reality. And I say, if you're gonna cover violence, cover reality and not just rap. Rap is an extension of the culture. Let's break up the violence in the culture. And I hope y'all put that on camera because that's real. I mean, don't just pick and choose stuff out here to fit me on one side and the rappers on the other. These are our children in trouble. They are in pain.
No matter what y'all think about me, I'm still your child. You know what I'm saying? You can't just turn me off like that.
Come on with the music shit, bro. Anybody piss me off? Only God can judge me. That's my shit right on.
In 1994, he was accused of raping a young woman he met at a New York nightclub.
False.
Tupac, however,
Put
maintained
on back, false. It was false. She lied. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all go check out my last stream. I can't remember Alicia. I can't remember her name right now, but I got a stream. We interviewed her. She lied. She tells so many lies in the story. You know what I'm saying?
Complete innocence throughout the trial.
Well, I just had to listen to the
Ayanna Jackson. Yeah, Ayanna Jackson.
Closing argument, and it was just so far from the truth that it really just has me drained at the end of the day. But I'm leaving it in the hands of the jury. I'm learning a lot about people's innermost fears in this trial because it's not even about my trial no more. It's just about loud rap music, tattoo having thugs. It's not even about me no more. It's about, you know, some nightmare that these people having.
Are you scared of you, Pop?
Thug life and all that, trying to...
He's definitely guilty. Anybody with thug life tattooed on their stomach is guilty. What type of reasoning is that? You know what I'm saying? We got different backgrounds. We come from two different places. Just because I look different than her doesn't mean that I'm a sodomizer or a raper. They've said it in the... I can't understand why it's this close. They talking about there's no evidence that I ever sodomized her, even though you put that all over the paper. And
I never seen this interview, though. My first time seeing it. I only seen the one he was outside the court. G, appreciate you subscribing to the channel, bro. I appreciate it.
Another one.
Give me a hell yeah.
Appreciate that, twin.
Time they take a quote out of this courtroom, they take a quote from out of her mouth, which is, you know, the stuff to put me in jail. It's nothing that's been true. I just want print the facts so everybody can sort it out. My life is ruined because nobody has a chance to get the facts.
Yeah.
You know, I interviewed quite a few women who knew Tupac, who loved him, and to a woman, and women who didn't know him. No one believes that that he actually was guilty of the sexual abuse charge.
And the fact is that there was no semen found.
No semen found, no forceful entry, no
they pay her ass off.
Anal, no nothing, none of that. You know,
no fingerprints on the gun.
This shit didn't want to mention that.
You know what I'm saying? The only time.
Matter of fact, before we got them, we gonna go to that shit. Cause this shit, he about to turn. He got them about to make me mad. Not Tupac, but thinking about her ass about to make me mad. Let me get to the point. She lied. Yeah, right here too. They will get back to it. Lord have mercy. They how they get our
you know, just like massaging his shoulders and so forth.
Okay. What happens next?
So after that, after I'm massaging him, he grabs the back of my head, he pulls me down, and we start kissing. Girl. All of a sudden, because we were adjacent to the living room where everyone was in. So it was very dark, it was very quiet. So all of a sudden, when the door opens, of course, there's light, there's noise coming from the living room, you know, pouring into where we are. So
I know,
as
right?
we're kissing, I go to turn around to look back around, and
she said she didn't do that. She said she kissed it. She said she kissed that. I said, who the fuck? What kind of girl just go down there to kiss? I ain't never all my years. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't never had that before. To kiss it, shit.
Grabs my head, and when he grabs my head to turn it back around, I hear people coming into the bedroom. I didn't think anything of it because I've been with I didn't think anything of it, and I thought maybe someone had left something in the room. They were coming.
Oh my bad.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Hey, tell what y'all think. You think she tell the truth? Cause the way she did shit didn't make no sense. Like, hold on, memory trip. Hold on, we gonna go back. She was talking about. I thought she was talking about some spiritual shit. Like they got them trying to make sure a ghost wasn't coming in there, motherfucker. Talking about lights and darkness and nothing.
Is coming from the living room, you know, pouring into where we are. So as we're kissing, I go to turn around to look back around, and he grabs my head. And when he grabs my head to turn it back around, I hear people coming into the bedroom. I didn't think anything of it because I've been with the. I didn't think anything of it, and I thought maybe someone had left something in the room. They were coming to get something out of the room. No idea. And as I'm turning around, he grabs the back of my hair. At the time, I had braids. I had braids in my hair at the time.
You got braids, okay.
So at the time, he grabs the back of my head and he wraps his hand around my braids.
Wrap around.
And he turns me toward him and he pulls my head down, and I hear people coming in. And at the time, I had a black dress on. I had a black, I guess, spandex back then. I had a black spandex dress on.
My thing, where your friends at? You ain't had no home girl. Usually girls don't go, you know what I'm saying? No, it's by themselves. Shit. Usually they have like at least one home girl with them. You there by yourself. You know, they knew what type. If they did, they knew what type of girl you were. You know what I'm saying? Don't even try to play that. She try to play that church shit. Hell nah, twin. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I don't know. All my fella know. You know what I'm saying? She there by herself. Like ain't no way. At least a girl have a friend with them. You know what I'm saying? You there by yourself. You know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm hearing this noise, and I'm hearing these people come in the room, and he's like, "Relax, baby." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Relax." And as I go to turn around and look back, because he has his hand in my braids, I can't physically move around. So I'm looking at him while I'm straddling him, and I'm looking at him face to face, and I'm like, and I hear people talking, and I hear people saying, "Oh, you know, look at her, and her ass is fat, and this and that."
I ain't even catch it. Hold on. I'm gonna see what the people in the comments said. Oh, right here. People in the comments get on her ad though. Somebody said the comment. Hold on, make sure y'all can see it. Oh, look, y'all say the same shit. Hold on. Can y'all see that? I'm gonna make sure y'all can see what I'm looking at. Somebody said in the comments on this video, somebody said she got 99 stories and the truth ain't one. You can tell DJ Vlad did not believe her. She can't remember what happened 25 years ago, but she can remember they were drinking Absolute. Hey, her ass in the comments. Hold on, Twitter. Hey, her ass. Hold on. But you said she said front and back. Hold on, go back.
Please. And I'm like, and I hear people talking, and I hear people saying, "Oh, you know, look at her, and her ass is fat, and this and that." And I'm looking at him dead in his eye. I thought maybe someone had left something in the room. They were coming to get something out of the room. No idea. And as I'm turning around, he grabs the back of my hair. At the time, I had braids. I had braids in my hair at the time. So at the time, he grabs the back of my head, and he...
First I'm saying, any girl got her hair messed up like that, you don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and be real. I don't trust no girl that got that wig like that. You know what I'm saying? Messed up, ain't calm. I don't trust you. Hell nah. That mean you crazy here. I ain't gonna. Well, y'all can hear me? Oh, shit. Hold on, y'all. That motherfucker crazy here.
He's like, "Relax, baby." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Relax." And as I go to turn around and look back, because he has his hand in my braids, I can't physically move.
Then you doing that in the club, so everybody know what type of girl you were. Then you were solo by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Around. So I'm looking at him while I'm straddling him, and I'm looking at him face to face, and I'm like,
you down.
And I hear people talking, and I hear people saying, "Oh, you know, look at her, and her ass is fat, and this and that." And I'm looking at him dead in his eye. And I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? And he's saying to me, he's like, relax, relax, baby. These are my boys. I like you so much, I decided to share you with them.
What?
And when he said this to me,
what?
Stop the cap.
I know I get old, bro. I get old. I ain't never heard that one before. Now all my years of being a black man. You know
Go ahead,
what I'm
preach,
saying?
pastor. Come on.
I ain't never heard that shit before. You know what I'm saying? I like you so much, I'm gonna share you. If I like you, I ain't sharing your motherfucker ass. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on. I don't
lay
believe
out
that.
this?
You know what I'm saying? I don't like you so much, I'm gonna share you.
I started to, I was trying to lift my head up. I was trying to lift my head up. And as I was trying to lift my head up, he still had my hair and he was holding it. And then I was like, no.
Watch your face.
And he was like, no. And I was like, no, I don't want this. I came here for you. I don't want this. This is not what I want. This is not what I want. And
that motherfucker crazy.
That's fine.
That motherfucker crazy. Yeah, fast. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so at this point,
she crazy.
Other men.
She looking like, I hope he believe me. She looking like, I hope he believe me.
Have entered the room. And who are these other men at this point?
Who the other men were?
At this point, I would say it was Jack.
Jack, okay.
Was Fuller.
Was Nigel and Trevor in the room or no?
Bitch, say something.
Well, I keep going back and forth with the Nigel.
Yeah,
I think
you on her damn reliable. That shit threw the damn case out.
Throw the case
she
out.
Unreliable. She don't know what it is. She unreliable. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and throw the goddamn case. Hey, she about to piss me off. She lying. She got paid. She got paid to do this shit. At this point, she lying. I don't believe her. Oh shit. I just want to show you that real. She did this. That motherfucker dog, boy. Ooh. Yeah. I'm saying how they get away with the shit. That's what I'm saying. She you see how she named the motherfucker, but how the fuck they didn't get charged with the shit? Like that, I don't understand it. I think they were just the police getting back at Tupac for them shooting them cars and shit. Be honest.
Ever there was an act of sodomy, she admitted she did it to me. I should be, putting charges on this girl who sodomized me on the floor of a dance club.
Yeah.
Why am I in court? You know what I'm saying? Get my life together. But I'm here. I'm going to go through it just to show that I have faith in the American system. But for me to have faith in the American system, these juries and everybody else has to, you know what I'm saying, play the same role and to keep an open mind. I'm already...
Rape charge and all that. I was with him when he was doing above the rim. There's people in the street, you got caught out there, whatever. Yo, that hurt him. That cut him. That cut him down.
I'm not guilty. People should look me in my eyes. They should look me in my eyes. And anybody that thinks I committed that rape should go get Brenda's Got a Baby and keep your head up and listen to him thoroughly. I have no patience for anybody that doubts me. None. At all. It's too hard out here. You know what I'm saying? If my people don't stand up for me, who is? I understand these white folks looking at me like that because they don't know me. They didn't hear keep your head up. That ain't no fluke. You know, keep your head up ain't no goddamn come up. I didn't do that for to be smiling in my face to say, oh, he's cool. I did that from my heart. So that if they do try to put a rape charge on me, my sisters could say he ain't about that. Now, if my sisters can't say that, you won't hear another keep your head up out my mouth.
Now, he didn't make another one, though. Did he make another song? He ain't never make another keep your head up, though. He ain't never make... Shit, that shit hurt him, boy. That shit hurt him, shit.
November 30th, 1994, while on trial for the rape charge, Tupac and his friends walked into Quad City Studios in New York City. Surrounded by gunmen, Tupac was robbed and shot 5 times, including twice in the head.
Shakur was apparently attacked by robbers as he and 3 other men arrived at a New York City recording studio early this morning. A man identified as Shakur's manager was also wounded. Shakur and his road manager are currently on trial on sex abuse charges.
To his doctor's amazement, Tupac checked out of the hospital that same morning and attended his court hearing bound to a wheelchair. He didn't want the jury or the court to think that the previous night's shooting was a publicity stunt. Despite the courage it took for him to go to court, Tupac was still convicted of sexual assault charges.
That's crazy.
Shakur was found guilty of sexually abusing a woman last November in a New York hotel room. The jury acquitted him of more serious charges, sodomy and illegal carrying a weapon. Shakur, who was shot 5 times Wednesday during an apparent robbery attempt, was not in the courtroom when the verdict was read.
Oh, let me hold on now.
I was how I became Tupac's bodyguard.
You ain't worth a fuck. Oh man, let's go ahead and call it. You ain't worth a fuck, man.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
It should have been if I had your head. You know what I mean? You ain't do nothing.
I was working for Death Row Records. I was working in a studio. I was a studio security, basically. And the artists would come into the studio, Tupac and various other artists, and I would have to greet them at the door when they came in and, you know, pat them down for weapons and things like that. Pac observed me, you know, several times as he came into the studio. At the time, I was actually bodyguarding Snoop and the Dog Pound. And we had a video shoot that we were doing in New York. At this video shoot, unfortunately, some things went wrong. There was a shooting on the set, and I stepped in doing my job. Basically, I don't want to call myself a hero, but I acted from the gunshots that I'd heard, and I was the first one on the scene, and I pulled everyone out of the trailer. As I was pulling people out of the trailer and getting them secured into the van to get them away from the gunfire that was going on, one thing led to another. Everybody was safe. Everything turned out to be okay with that incident in New York. After the incident that night,
come on now.
We went back to the hotel. A bunch of phone calls were made. We left New York the next day. Got all of the artists out of there that night. The next day, we're back in L.A. I get a phone call from Reggie and said, "Suge want to see you." So my next day at the studio was going to be that Monday. I get to the studio that Monday, and Suge says, "Hey, Frank, what happened in New York?" Calls me into his office. I go in, I talk to him, I told him exactly what happened, well, with the whole scenario surrounding the shooting. Then he said, "Well, you know everybody is calling you a hero." I was like, "Oh, really?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Good job, man, good job."
Well, we needed that in Las Vegas.
Had assigned several different people to Tupac. I was one of them. Kevin Hackey was one. Kenneth Archer was 3. Cooper Hagen was 4.
But these all
and Leslie Galdwin was the 5th one. Tupac had literally 5 different bodyguards, and we had a 2-day on, 2-day off type schedule where 2 guys would go on to give everybody a rest.
They about to piss me off with damn music.
I got a phone call from Reggie earlier that day, and he said that, "Hey, Suge wants to talk to you."
This guy's story wasn't always the same.
I think that
Bodyguard. What you mean, brother?
Proposition for you. I go, "What is it? What is it?" He goes, "I'll talk to you when I get there." And I was like, "No, what is it?" He goes, "It's concerning Tupac." They got there that night to 662, and Pac rolled up with Suge, and I went and greeted him, and I opened up the door to let him out. He was like, "Yo, Big Frank, you here, man? You here?" I was like, "No, man, what's up?" He goes, "Man, you're gonna be my bodyguard, man. I chose you to be my bodyguard." I was like, "Oh, cool, man." Right? I had no idea prior to that until he actually had told me. I had the idea of what Reggie had told me, that I was going to be working with Tupac, but I didn't know I was going to be his main security. As he explained it to me, I'm going to be his main security. Right after that, we did the fight in Vegas, and they performed and everything that night. We went back to L.A.
Y'all think he was a good security guard? Let's go ahead and say. Y'all think he was a good security guard? You did that for Snoop then. You ain't do that for Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can't do that. They told you wait with your gun and shit, so I can't blame you for that. Should have told you not to bring your gun. I don't know.
After that weekend, and immediately after going back to LA that Monday, I was assigned to Tupac. From that moment on, it was Pac and I. You know, everywhere he went, I was with him. And we were rolling. Picture us rolling.
Frank and Tupac grew close as friends as time went on. Everywhere Tupac went, Frank went. They were inseparable. Frank took it upon himself to make sure Tupac kept the appointments of his busy schedule at death row.
Knowing they were his last days, movies, videos, the studio, those were the main three things that he was focused on.
Something different?
And he was
doing. Okay, this my first time to like
just be running around at 50 to 80 miles an hour, literally me driving behind him, following him to his appointments throughout that day. But we would always end up back in the studio, no matter what, because he was laying vocals and he was doing tracks. He was a lyrical, writing, miracle musician. We would stop at a store. He would see a store. He would tell me pull over or tell the limo driver to pull over. He would run in, grab a pad, come out with a thing of big pens, and he would start writing. By the time we would go, as an example one day, from the Los Angeles courthouse back to his penthouse on Wilshire, he had a 2-3 pages written lyrics. And that night we would go to the studio and he would be laying the vocals to tracks.
Hold on, now it might be copyrighted right there, Chet.
He wrote quickly and he wrote brilliantly. And he's like a poet, a pavement poet, so to speak.
No, he went to school. He went to school for
reflecting on the conditions of black people, especially poor black people, especially poor black males.
See, this is the side of Tupac I want to show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, about all the new generation.
What is most important about Tupac is the heart he had. He's like the hip-hop Allen Iverson, so to speak. His heart is huge. His heart.
I love AI though. Yeah, nah, that boy was Kobe. You know what I mean? Hold on, stop.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
That boy was Kobe. Kobe ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Really, he was Michael Jordan. I ain't gonna lie. He really Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Let me take that back. He Michael Jordan.
Is vulnerable. His heart is exposed, and it bled through every.
We love yeah. When you try to downgrade.
If I was really as bad as they was making, you know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised.
There was a situation that came about with my niece, and she's a paraplegic. And she had, my sister had touched bases with the Make-A-Wish Foundation people, and they had it set up that my niece and there was another little kid was going to meet Janet Jackson. And originally they were going to meet her in LA. Then she changed it from LA to New York. The kid lived in New York, and my family's from Chicago. So my family called me, my sister, and she said, hey, this ain't going right. Janet Jackson now is not gonna go to LA. She's gonna go to New York because she's got some other engagement or something like that, I'm assuming, in New York. And she decided to go to New York, and the kid that already lived in New York was gonna have the opportunity to still meet Janet Jackson. But the twist to that was, with artists and with the celebrities, when they meet with these kids from the Make-A-Wish Foundation, it's up to them how long that they want to spend with that child. So in this particular situation, my sister explained to me that it wasn't going to be for a very long time because she had a busy schedule.
Down low, Brenda, follow. Janet Jackson, I don't know about it. You gonna call your ass out now. You should make goddamn, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do it for the kid, man. You gotta be like Marty Martin. Marty Martin love the kid. You know what I'm saying?
So the plan was, when they came from Chicago to California, was that she was going to spend a day with Tupac either at his home or in the studio or on a movie set. Well, that was 3 times more than what she was going to get with Janet Jackson on more of a personal level. You know, with Tupac, me being his bodyguard, and that being my family. not only was he doing it for them as my family, because we had a different type of bonding friendship.
Another one. Another one.
Give me a hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah.
See, they decide they don't want to show Tupac, man. Shit he did in the background. People they don't want to show this side. That's what they got me by. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
In relationship with one another.
Frank, why you showing up? I took that little sleeves.
1996.
Make a nigga like this feel bad.
James, what's up, man?
I feel you, homie. Hey, I hope you Chinese if you got some Chinese tattoos on you. You Chinese? You don't know what the fuck they run on you, huh? That shit can say 2 egg rolls on you right now.
I think they do that making Machiavelli in this, right?
Ask somebody Chinese if you watching this tape. Don't just say 2 egg rolls to go with hot sauce. Is that what this say? Niggas ain't Chinese, get Chinese letters like they been somewhere and shit. You ain't never left the block, nigga. Act like you was the China guy.
Pac be clowning everybody, man. We told him he missed his call. He should have been a comedian also.
Look at that, they got one too. This nigga got half
all the little homies.
Want him in Chinese.
I tell like Frankie to call you and then
Frankie, is that what you said? Yeah. Frankie? Yeah, tell Frankie to call me. Frankie, you call me when she tells you to call
That
me.
boy goddamn high here.
Frankie goes to Hollywood. Hey, yo, Frankie. Frankie! Yo, Frankie!
How do you record this fool?
What? Y'all call him Frankie?
Nah, we gonna call him Frankie.
Only our family call me
shit
Elamika.
forever now. Frankie, now we call him Frankie. Yo, Frankie, we got him, y'all. Frankie Knuckles. Frankie Knuckles up in this motherfucker. Frankie Knuckles?
No, what I do wrong? What y'all call him? For real, straight up. For real.
Frank. But now the E sound real extra, because you know Frank a little extra sexy and you know too sexy for some sleeves. Too sexy for some long pants.
Got your level?
Too sexy for some sleeves.
Rain down this hair.
My name is so Frankie.
Just the hair. Rain down this
My family came out June 10th of 1996. That day, June 10th, Tupac was going to be in the studio. We were more than likely done on the set of Gridlock that day. I called up the family and said, okay, this is where we're going to be. This is how you get there. They came out. When they came out, Tupac greeted them with arms open, you know, and came into the studio, went back into his recording session, and he did something for my family, for my niece, that no one would have been able to get out of him at that point in time in his life, because he was working on movies, he was working on videos, and he was in the studio. He had a full schedule, more than a full schedule.
Copyright. Ooh, trying to get me, check. Damn, I'm on here. Damn. Fuck. I don't know what the fuck he said. Let's skip that. Man, what's Snoop Dogg come from?
But if so, gotta go. My niggas will always love me. Thug family ties. I know they want.
I gotta skip that shit, chat. I don't know that shit copyright.
And Coco G and
Oh, that's fine. You let her get on the track.
Go ahead.
okay, I'm out.
Now y'all say he don't love black people.
Another one.
Give me a hell yeah.
I don't want to hear nobody. I ride my boy, right around, boy. You know what I'm saying? That love right there. He let the girl get on, you know what I'm saying? Track and everything.
No, for real though. You gonna let me come, for real, before Saturday.
No, perfect.
See.
Yeah.
You promise?
No promises made to be broken. I might get hit by a car and go to jail.
Oh, don't say that.
Just come. No
Okay.
doubt. You're welcome.
Okay then.
Just tell Frank
Here we go. Rolling. You be with me. Make me a drink, dog.
One of he haven't got a ghetto.
6, prior to the day that Tupac was shot on September the 7th, I arrived in Las Vegas September the 6th, the day before. Tupac was not in Las Vegas at the time that I arrived. At that time, I had been on vacation, and I left home early that day, made it to Vegas, checked in, so when he would get here, I would be here. We stayed at the Lexor Hotel. That was the hotel of choice for Death Row Records. And I checked in, met up with some of my other homeboys. We hung out and everything. The next day rolls around and Saturday. I was looking for Tupac, you know, anticipating when he was going to come, but there was a security meeting that Saturday at 12 noon.
Get the fucking music on, bro. Damn.
With a local attorney's office in Las Vegas, George Clinisis or something to that nature, and right with security. So all of the security that was going to be in town for the Mike Tyson Selden fight, we had a meeting that day. That day, we were told not to bring our weapons into the club after the fight, not to have our weapons on our person, either leave them in our hotel room or to leave them in our vehicles.
Why though?
Several of us had talked about it, and we decided we'll leave our weapons in our vehicles, and we'll leave the vehicles obviously in the parking lot because we're going to have to drive them. So if anything jumped off, one person would have a weapon on them, but all of us would have our weapons in our car if we needed to get to them. So we wouldn't be weaponless having them in a room.
Let me ask you this. Has there ever been a situation where you were told to leave your weapon prior to this?
We were never told prior to September the 7th.
Yeah, my thing is like, y'all knew y'all had to do that, right? Boom. But sure, now y'all knew the rumors that the crib was gonna come up there, bro. I don't understand that shit, bro. That gotta be a sit-up chat. I don't care what nobody say. Hey, word.
To leave our weapons anywhere, other than the fact if we were going out of the state of California by airplane to a video shoot or on tour, we knew common sensely we couldn't carry a weapon on an airplane. So more than likely we would have left our weapons at that time, but we were never told, there was never a meeting held
This nigga got every time in the
to
book.
tell us to leave our weapons, period.
This was the first in a long line of unusual events that were to take place that weekend.
After lunch, I'm riding with Reggie Wright, going back. He asked me to ride with him. I said, okay, fine. He explained to me that my radio, which was a Nextel radio, handheld set.
Damn, Nextel, goddamn.
That my backup bodyguard, which his name is Kevin Hackey, who was with Tupac while I was on vacation, had my radio and he was still in LA. And Reggie told me that he was pissed at Kevin because he did not turn in the radio. He was not where he supposed to have been at the time for me to get the radio, which would have been brought to Las Vegas.
God damn. Bad. You playing all the damn music, you piss me off with that shit.
Reggie says to me, go look for Pac. He's here. I go, oh, he's here now? And he goes, yeah, he got in today. So I said, okay. So I go into the Lexor and I'm looking around for Pac. As I get in, he's at a table gambling, right? So I go over to the table and I'm like, Pac, what up? And immediately goes, Big Frank, you know. And all the little homies and stuff, Frank, Big Frank, where you been, man, where you been? You know, I explained to him, I've been on vacation, you know, this and that. So everything was cool. Pac is really, really restless. He says, hey, let's get out of here, man. He goes, I'm not feeling this casino. Let's go to another casino, right? So we say, cool. We go, where you want to go? He goes, let's go to MGM. So myself, and another security, which his name is Michael Moore. He was with me during the time I was with Pac during the day, the earlier part of the day. And we walked over to the MGM. All of the outlaws, Tupac, Michael Moore, and myself. We get over to the MGM. He finds another crap table. He gets on a crap table. MGM is packed. It's a fight night, fight day, fight night. And the MGM is packed. There's women everywhere, and there's people everywhere trying to get at Pac, right? So myself and Michael Moore are surrounding him, and the outlaws, they would act as well, and we would have people back, to where they're back, and we got him up in the front, so he's secured. Pac's gambling. I mean, he's rolling big, and he's winning big, right? So he's rolling, he's winning, he's feeling good. So he says to me, hey, Frank, he goes, go over and call Reggie and find out what's up with Suge. So I'm like, all right. I go, don't leave. I'm going to just go to the payphones. I pointed to him where the payphones were, and he goes, all right. So he's still gambling. I leave Michael Moore there. I told him what was going on. I go to the payphone. I call Reggie. And Reggie goes, give me a call back, a little bit later, whatever. I'll, find out from Suge.
Where the fuck Suge was at?
Meet up with Pac. So, all right, cool. I go back to the table. Pac's gone. He's not there, right? So I'm like, shit, where did he go? Pac has never left me, never, right? So I'm looking all around for him. I can't find him, right? I mean, I'm walking through the whole entire casino at this point. All of the tables thinking, where could he be? He's not there. Little did I know at that time that he had left me, which later on I found out he had gone back to the Lexus, Michael Moore had taken him back over there. But I was walking the MGM, and I basically, little as I knew that I was scoping the exits, and I was going to find our way out of there later on come that night.
He was wandering the floor by himself without security. Frank made a call up to Michael Moore's room where he had gone to change clothes.
Blind to my room. He told me to go to my room. I was like, can't leave it like that, right? So I go, Pac, what do you want to do? He goes, man, I want to go to the MGM. He goes, fuck this shit, right? I was like, well, I'm not dressed, Pac. He goes, well, I'll tell you what, you go get dressed. Michael Moore, you stay with me. I said, all right. And he goes, and then when Frank gets dressed, you go get dressed and you meet us over at the MGM. So I go to my room, I get dressed. I come back down, Mike, he takes off. Pac goes, come on, Frank, goes, we'll catch a cab. I go, what are we doing? He goes, we're going to go to the MGM. I said, you want to walk over there? He goes, no, man, we're going to catch a cab. So we catch a cab, we go to the MGM, we go through the front entrance. We get in the entrance, and it was just like a rat pack. Tupac, Tupac, Tupac. And everybody's running over there all, Tupac. So the security was from...
Yeah, at that point, do y'all believe him? At that point. Well, y'all just tuned in to Tupac, man security at the time. Do y'all believe what he's saying? Y'all let me know in the comments.
Jim, I asked them, would they escort us back to the Grand Arena area? So they said, yeah, no problem. Come on, let's walk around the crowd. We're going to go behind them. So they went and got like 2 or 3 more guys, and they cleared a pathway behind the line that had formed for the fight. So we make it back over into the area. At this time, it's 7:30. Pac is anxiously pissed now. He's pacing, he's, this shit, man, this shit don't make no sense. Because I didn't want to fucking come here anyway, Nothing makes any sense. It's Tupac, he's nervous,
He didn't want to be there.
He said, I didn't want to come here anyway, okay?
Yeah, he supposed to go to Atlanta.
Call Suge. So I call Reggie. I go, Pac is really getting antsy, man. He's getting pissed, right? He was very impatient, So I go, what do you want me to do? He goes, well, hold up. I'm going to call you right back. Now, at this point, Tupac is with me at the payphone calling Reggie. So,
yeah, Suge set him
answer
up.
back from Reggie. And Reggie says, Suge is on his way. I go, he goes, who's with
So
me?
where the fuck Suge was at?
And Pac. He goes, all right. So,
I ain't gonna lie, all the interviews, ain't nobody told me where Suge was at. Like, where Suge was at this whole time.
Everybody's going in, and he's pissed. He's pacing back and forth. He's antsy, right? He's like, this fucking shit, man. Suge always do this, man. You always got to make the last entrance, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, he'll be here, man. He's chilling. He goes, no, man, fuck this, man. He goes, we should just go, man. He goes, we should just go. I said, whatever you want to do, Pac. As soon as I said that, we turned around. Here comes Suge. I don't know, one of the gentlemen that was with him, I didn't know who he was, and then one of his homeboys. is the world knows the fight was boom, 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 boom. The fight was over. After the fight, Tupac's and Suge's thing was to go to the back where Mike's dressing room. So we went backstage. We go backstage, and we're waiting on Tyson to come back there. And Pac's back there, he's all excited. His boy just knocked out Selden. 50 blows, he just hit him 50 times. You count him. So I'm back there with him and everything, and Suge is back there. So Suge says something to Pac, and then the next thing I know, we're leaving. Tyson didn't even make it out the ring to come down.
This nigga with his man. Pause for a minute.
Out of the MGM back arena area. As we get out into the entrance area, we're looking for the rest of the Suge's guys, the Death Row Posse, and then Pac's looking for the Outlaws, right? So after a fight, everybody met out there, and then everybody got together, and we went on about our business. This particular night, we're standing there, and we're looking for everybody, and then everybody shows up. Everyone shows up, and one of the homeboys, one of Suge's homeboys, his name is Trevon, he comes over and he whispers something in Pac's right ear, because I'm on his left. He whispers something. Next thing I know, Tupac takes off running. He took off running, and I went off running behind him, and when he turned the corner, there was this guy standing there. Little did I know who he was. He ran up to him, and he swung. And then the guy swung back, and then Pac weaved, and then Pac swung again. And at this time,
I thought he got knocked out one point.
Thrown. Tupac had this medallion on that he had recently purchased, and it broke. When it broke, he went down to pick it up. When he went down to pick it up, I grabbed it. When I grabbed him, I threw him against the wall, so I had him out of the fight. But this time, everyone else is running up, as clearly the MGM footage shows. The guy is Orlando Anderson now that we know who he is. They're into this brawl. And I have Tupac against the wall now at this point. The fight ended. We had to get out of there. Little did I know, earlier, when they had left me, I had already walked off through the MGM. So everybody's taking off, going in the wrong direction. I go, no, Suge, this way, right? And then he was like, no, this way. And I go, Suge, I was just here all day. This way. So they followed. And we followed, got our way out, and we took off and walked back over to the Luxor. We get back over to the Luxor. Suge said, hey, I'm going to go up and change. Pac was there, I'm going to go up and change. We'll meet back out in the valet. All right, cool. Changed clothes from what he had on, a silk shirt and blue jeans, into a green sweatsuit type attire. Had a green tank top on and green sweatpants. The medallion had broke. He had had it in his pocket. I fixed the medallion for him while we were sitting there in the room. I put it back together, and after I put it back together, I gave it to him. He goes, you fixed it? I go, yeah, man, I fixed it. He put it around his neck, right? I didn't know what the medallion was or what it stood for, because it was the first time I had seen it. Later on, I found out that that medallion was of his slogan, Euthanasia, which was his management company that he had started. And on the medallion was a black angel of death.
I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. What is man? Oh my god. Yo, we ain't gonna walk past that shit. Yeah, nah. Oh no. It was a black angel? I thought it was Death Row East. I know you fucking lying. It was an angel. Said Young Jeezy. Damn, I'm on a closer picture of it. I do see an angel on it. Oh shit. You don't got deep, chat. That's crazy. New time for is on, they said something different. I'm going to YouTube. Ooh, that shit popped up. This design features the angel-like figure from his plant. Media and production company. This plant became a symbol of pop vision for independent beyond death row. It was a symbol of a legacy and warning. Was it the angel or devil? That's what I need to know. Everybody, okay, somebody said angel or devil squeezing a snake neck. Pop knew death was coming for him. Oh, this definitely ain't it. I don't know what we looking at. That AI right though. I need a God damn it. It's similar. It represents slow death or assassin death. Oh my God. A militant approach to his life and legacy. Design piece which are agents holding ammo, which sometimes playing keys. Of music and violent conflict. Damn. Now I wanna know why he got it. I know he had that shit and tossed it up. Hold on, we need to go to the toss it up video. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, wore that shit the angel to death. That's crazy. Damn, they gonna get me for that shit. Damn, we can't see. I need a close up. See, can I find a close up, y'all? God damn it. Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray was in that video? Damn, Lisa Ray back in the 90s. Lord have mercy. Jesus. I can't get a clear picture of it. But that's crazy though. I did not know that shit was, he had something. Damn, they make it. Fuck. Yeah, he had to know. Damn, this, oh my God, I don't know what the fuck to think. Oh, this is the wrong video. I don't know, think about that shit, for real, for real. You threw me off with that shit. Oh yeah, I'm close this. Okay, keep zooming in.
And other things that happened later on was just like mind-boggling to me after I had the chance to sit back and put all of the pieces of the puzzle together and look at everything. It became like, whoa. You know, there's a lot of weird coincidences going on after he was shot. We're down in the, at this time we left his room, we're down in the valet park and we're waiting on Suge. Suge shows up. While we're down in the valet, all of the hoochies, all of the groupies, everybody that knew Tupac and Suge was, Suge, can we go to the club? Suge, Pac, can we go? Suge said, let's go. He and Pac was walking to Suge's BMW. I'm walking with them. When we get to the car, Pac turned to me and goes, yo, Frank. He pulled the keys out, he handed me the keys. He goes, drive the little homies because we're gonna be drinking tonight and you'll be able to drive us back. So I was like, what car you want me to drive? He goes, drive Kadada's car. And I didn't even know where the car was. I go, where is it? He goes, it's right there. He goes, the homies will show you where it's at. So I was like, all right. So Suge gets in his car, he and Pac, and the entourage is starting to form now. Suge takes off. I'm right behind him. I'm the bodyguard on point. Theoretically and honestly, there should have been 3 or 4 more bodyguards with us that particular time, going from there, going to Suge's house, and going back to the club that night for the after party. Later on, I found out that with security, that there was 22, about 20 to 22 security personnel for this night. Everyone was called to Club 662 to set up the security and get the people rolling in over there. So all of the security was there. Michael Moore, who was with me earlier that evening, supposedly had met us at the MGM. His story to me was Al Giddens, who was the supervisor now for security at this point, Al Giddens told Michael Moore to, fuck that, you go and come to the club. And he was like, well, Tupac told me to come over to the MGM. He was like, no, we need you over here, you get over here. So Mike went over to the club. So I was the only one left.
This shit was set up the whole time, bro.
Keep in mind, my weapon was in my car. I didn't have a phone.
Security
I had no way of communication. Reggie was also over at
this shit was set up,
the
planned
club.
up.
Reggie normally is Suge's bodyguard, and Reggie is always with Suge. That night, why he wasn't with Suge, only Reggie knows that. At this time, everyone in the car, not just me, looked at the gas and was like, yo, Frank, we're gonna run out of gas. I was like, what y'all want me to do, pull over and get gas? I go, you know, if we pull over, we lost them, right? So I said, I can't pull over, I might as well take the chance and run out of gas, right? Thinking we're just gonna go to Suge's and from Suge's back to the club. But the light had been on forever at this point, on the gas light.
How long were you all at Suge's house?
When we got to Suge's house, we were at Suge's house probably a good 30 minutes. Suge went in, he changed clothes, and they were all just BSing a little bit. When Suge finally came out, hopped in his car, we came through the security guard that guards the homes going into Suge's place. There had to been 20, 30 cars out on the road just waiting for us to come out to follow us. We leave out of Suge's, again, we're flying 70, 80 miles an hour going back toward Las Vegas Strip. We get back on the Strip at this point, and why the car didn't run out of gas is a miracle right now to me, because it should have. We get back on the Strip, we're proceeding to go down the Strip. It's a fight night, the fight's over. The Strip is jam-packed, crowded. About in front of the Excalibur Hotel, which is right by Tropicana,
right now,
Las Vegas Strip. Tupac and Suge was in a car in front of me, and their music was playing pretty loud because we could hear it. And there was bicycle cops. A couple of bicycle cops pulled up, and one of them went over to Suge's side and asked him, I guess, to turn down the music, I'm assuming. And then the next thing I know, Suge opens the door, steps out of the car. He and a cop walks to the back of the car, and he opens up the trunk. The car was brand new, didn't have a license plate on it. So he looked in the trunk, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm thinking, oh shit, I hope they don't get popped. He let him go. So now we're still in gridlock traffic.
Shout out my boy Larry, partnered up in him.
Another one, another one.
Give me a hell yeah!
Shout out to my moderator, Larry. What's up, twin? How you doing?
Proceed to go down the vegging. They're looking out toward the right. Cadillac pulls up. We notice it. Then all of a sudden, this arm comes out. An arm comes out. And he just started firing immediately. And I'm like, oh my God. And all you see and all you hear is... This Dodge truck was Suge's car, and the next vehicle, if one were to come up, would be my car, where I was at. The Cadillac rolled up right alongside of where this Dodge truck is. That Dodge truck representing the BMW, that is where the arm came out and fired into the car. The white Toyota Camry right there would be me. That would be me, and the rest of the cars would be the entourage. The rest of these cars on this corner, they weren't here. The Cadillac rolled up, shot into the car, and took off and made a right on Koval right here. There was no traffic right here. These were open lanes. And all you see is the smoke. And I just...
He said all this shit was set up, and Suge Knight knew that was up. He had something to do with it. Just my opinion, I don't give a fuck. Yo, he had something to do with it, bro. The way he did explain that, then the security, all the security acting sus and everything, bro. Then goddamn Tupac had a fucking chain, the Angel of Death chain on. Like, I don't know, bro. Is either Suge had something to do with it, or Tupac, they planned for Tupac to fake his death. One of the goddamn two. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. I don't know what to think at that damn point. I'm confused my damn self.
Like, oh my God. And I opened up the door and I jumped
They got
out
KPD,
and I ran
so
out
I'm
to the
like,
back of
oh,
the
it gotta
BMW.
be real.
As I got up to the back
bro.
of the BMW, as soon as I got to the trunk, I'm thinking, they're dead.
Nah, they my first time seeing it.
There's no way in the world that these two guys are alive. The car takes off and does a U-turn.
How you doing?
I went
Appreciate you,
back to
Israel.
the car, hop in the car, and I busted a U-turn also. And here we are now going back to the strip, going back, because Suge, I'm assuming, thinking he's going to a hospital trying to.
I mean, I seen about the shooting, what happened, went down and shit, but not like him
emergency services, whatever.
like security
on the
security,
strip.
like a security.
This corner that we're standing on right here
that
now.
makes sense.
This is Las Vegas Boulevard in Harmon. After the shooting that took place on Flamingo and the Koval,
You just stand in the middle of the road.
Suge did a U-turn. When he did that U-turn, he came back onto Las Vegas Boulevard. When he came back on the Las Vegas Boulevard, he was going south. He got to Harmon. He took a left turn. By that time, the car broke down in this area right here. Actually, right there, just before that light.
Actually, we were kind of pretty far down the street when it happened. We didn't know if we heard gunshots, or we didn't really know exactly what we heard. We heard a lot of screaming, a lot of cars screeching. We were just hanging out, taking photos at the time. We ran up the street as cops were running past us, and by the time we got here, they were already taking, which now I found out was Tupac, into the helicopter.
Man, I ain't seen that shit in so long. Damn, she got that old school right there. I ain't seen that shit in so long.
Shot.
It's so old, I forgot the name of it.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm selling records. This is what I do for a living. I'm selling records. Don't get it twisted. This is not my real life. This is not how my real life is supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be really having all these villains in my life. I ain't think it was gonna be a matter of life and death.
Shots, guys. Yo, fast, bro. So many tears. These guys walking. Shall not fit no man but God.
Brent Becker.
So I walk through the valley
I'm a
again.
homicide detective with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department.
And this dude, they got QVD locked up. No, it wasn't him. He ain't had no much there. Never mind.
And I became involved in the Tupac Shakur case because I was one of two.
I don't want to hear what he said. We
on-call
don't trust y'all.
detectives,
You know y'all had something to do with it too.
Now, by you being a homicide detective, how come you became involved with the case and at that point in time when there was no homicide?
Let me explain how certain things work. Okay. During the weekends and evenings, we have what's called general assignment detectives. And
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit.
But you lying, boy.
And they are the ones who are called out to major crime scenes to handle them. During a normal work day, middle of the week, we're in the office. If there's a case that we would be involved with, we would be called out on that. In this particular case, it was an attempt to murder at that time because the detectives working that night became aware of who was involved as the victims. They knew that it would probably become a media type case and deferred it off to homicide because it was an attempt homicide at that point. And
see, I'm looking dead him in the eyes. I'm looking dead him in the eyes.
Kathy Scott, I'm a journalist and author, independent journalist now. I was with the Las Vegas Sun for 5 years, covered the police beat, which is why I covered the Tupac Shakur murder. Yeah, there weren't any reporters on the scene. No one, because of the fight, and a lot of reporters heard it on the scanner, but no one could get to it. So no one was at the scene of, you know, both scenes. No one was there until the next day. And then everybody showed up at the hospital, but no one was actually, no reporters or photographers at the crime scene.
So you didn't get there at all?
I didn't get there until the next morning, about 5:36 in the morning.
So she looked down like that. Her eye tell it all.
The police at the second crime scene.
I look at people's eyes. Your eyes ain't gonna lie.
Because by the time Suge's car had broken down, the shots had already rained out. All of that was already a known factor at that point, that something had happened and the vehicles had done a U-turn and was headed back toward the Las Vegas Strip. The police were immediately there when I finally got there, which was maybe a minute behind him. So they were there. The ambulance, the paramedics, I would say, were immediately there as well because they had gotten a call. Had they been 2 or 3 minutes late, he would have died right there.
Mm.
They had Suge out of the vehicle on the ground, laying on the ground. And as I was approaching him, the blood was shooting up out of his head, right? So I'm yelling, let him up, let him up. He's with us. He was part of the entourage. So the cops go, who are you? I go, I'm the bodyguard. I go, I was with them. I'm the bodyguard. I go, he's a victim here. So they let him up. And when they let him up, Tupac is still sitting in the passenger seat. The door is still closed. The paramedics are over there trying to open the door along with the police. They can't get the door open. So Suge says, I can do it, it's my car, I'll open it. The door was actually stuck. So Suge got over there, opened the door, and we pulled Pac out of the car. When we pulled him out of the car, we lined him down on the side of the car, and I'm kneeling down at this time, and I'm talking to him like, Pac, man, Pac. And he's like, he's trying to breathe. And then he goes, I can't breathe.
Hit me right here, Chet. Hit me right here.
The members of the entourage and forcing them on the ground, lay on the ground, didn't make them necessarily amenable to talking to the police about it.
Well, what I was told by some of the members was the way they were treated by the police. I guess I can understand their feelings, but there's also the flip side to that, in that at the time all this is going on, the officers responding had no clue what was happening. Who was the good guy, who was the bad guy, and they dealt with the situation as a felony crime in progress, possibly these being the suspects. So
you would say some
I'm
shit
sure
like that.
things were a little harsh at that time. When I got there, again, I'm there much later. I'm just trying to get some information out of people, and they didn't seem too receptive to talk to me. There were people that talked to me, but they weren't totally forthcoming with the information at that time.
No leads or suspects were given at that time.
It was pretty weak at that time because the majority of the people weren't really wanting to talk to us. I know that there were some reasons behind that, and that probably slowed things down a bit. The day after, right off the bat, we're wanting to talk to the guy that's in the car with Tupac Shakur, Suge Knight, and we're working right away with that. And in fact, the night of the shooting, we tried to talk to him, but were refused access to him by the members of Death Row, attorneys. And in fact, it took 3 days to get to talk to Suge Knight.
3 days, Suge? That nigga covered for Keefy D like
after the shooting, the night after the shooting. I was in my hotel room. I got a phone call from Reggie telling me to come over to Suge's house. I go over to Suge's house, and everyone is there. Everyone is there, and everybody's tripping. You know, there's not a whole lot of conversation going on, but you know, everybody is just like in disbelief that it happened. You know, Suge, you know, eventually called me into his office at his house, and he goes, "Frank, I want to talk to you." I go into the office with him, and we're talking, and he goes, "Frank, what happened?" I was like, "Suge." I go, "First, why did we go down the strip when it was so crowded?" I go, "I would have turned on Tropicana and went the back way." And he said, "Yeah, I know that way too." He goes, "But I wanted to go the other way. I have to follow him, so I can't turn and, you know."
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Larry, I'm with you, bro. Sit up, sit up, sit up, sit up, sit up.
Lose him. That was our conversation, and we just basically went over everything that had happened, how it happened, and what I had seen, and you know what he knew, and the events. We reacted the events with one another in private.
I started digging deeper because it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like a regular homicide investigation. I've been to lots of homicide scenes. I've covered lots of crimes, and it just didn't feel like it just didn't feel like an active investigation.
She remind me of the one. She wants, but y'all ever get in trouble, you gotta watch out. But you get one of these investigation, but you going down, twin. She one of the motherfuckers that be on CSI and all that. Be trying to get you, boy. She dig deep up in it.
Now it really doesn't appear as if it
We
was.
need law and order special.
There were lots of people who weren't interviewed. There were lots of sort of, I don't know if you call them mistakes,
Ice-T on the
but
team.
sort of decisions that were made at the time that didn't lend to gathering very much evidence. So.
And what mistakes are those?
Well, I think there were some decisions that were made, like the bicycle cops and the decision to leave the scene of the crime. You know, they took off, they left the scene of the crime. There were basically two scenes, one where they were shot, where Tupac was shot and Suge was shot, and the scene where the car ended up, the car they were in. But the scene with witnesses, and who knows who was there and left, that scene was not secure for 20 minutes. So all the spent bullets, the cars, everything, witnesses, gone and driven over and walked over.
Yeah. He paid the motherfucker. Should have had to pay the motherfucker. He had the police on his side. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he paid them motherfuckers. They got paid. Yeah. So, yeah. This shit. I don't know, shit. That shit made me so angry inside. I ain't gonna lie. Like weird.
And whatever else, and it was.
Yeah, we got them set up.
On September the 12th.
Same way they did Biggie too.
I had flown home actually about the 11th. I went home. I told Reggie I needed to go home because I needed a change of clothes. I needed clothes because we were going to be there for the rest of the week. So Reggie said, okay, go ahead. We'll get you a flight out, and he goes, come back tomorrow. And I said, that's no problem. I said, I just need to go home and get some clothes and get some more stuff. So he goes, okay, no problem. I went home, prepared myself, got everything I needed. The next day comes, it's September the 12th. I go to my hotel room, I check in, I tell Reggie I'm back. Reggie says, okay, stick around because Suge is going to want to see you tonight. I said, okay. So, you know, I just hung out that day. The nighttime comes, I get a phone call. Reggie goes, be at Suge's at 9 o'clock. I go, okay. I go over to Suge's house. It's 9 o'clock at night, September the 12th. And no one was there. It was just Reggie and Suge. Reggie meets me at the front door, and he goes, hey, he goes, Suge is really upset. He goes, he's really hot-tempered right now.
So I'm going to do, for tomorrow's stream, I'm going to do Reggie. I'm going to do, I ain't never seen Reggie, the other security guard interviews. I'm going to see his interviews. Because right now, Reggie look like he's sus right now. Like, for real. I ain't going to lie. So they're going to be my first time reacting to Reggie shit. So y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel tomorrow. Well, today's stream, later on, we going to do Reggie. And see what he got to say about this incident and everything, things of that nature. So then look at the music. Look at the music video, More Money, More Problems by Puffy and Biggie. Suge is in that video, and that. I know you fucking lying. Hold on, I know you fucking lying. Hold on, twin. You know I go look that motherfucker up quick. You know what I'm saying? What it called? Is it? You said right after Biggie died? Or is it PD? Oh shit! What the fuck I'm typing in? We at the end? Oh shit! Oh Lord, hammers! What the fuck is I'm typing? Let me know he at the end or the beginning. Say more money. God damn, I cannot spell today. Is this one? There is such a thing as coincidence to Tupac and Big Government. Can you see white? What the fuck? What's going on right here? Where you at, twin? I don't want to see this nigga Diddy bopping this shit. I don't see him. Get your ass out the fucking way. I don't see him, twin. Maybe it's right here. Why I can't go to this part? I don't see him. This nigga, he pissed me off with all the damn dancing and shit. Maybe it's at the end. I don't see him. Was it this video? Oh, moment. Damn. Are y'all in the wrong video? You keep popping up Mason shit. Oh, then I'm going to cutscene. Oh, I can't find it. I'm gonna go to it again. Try to find the chat. See, can we find? Now, if he in the video, that's crazy. Matter of fact, when this shit came out? Well, I can't YouTube not. Ain't no damn 14 years ago, bitch. At the end of the video, I bet. Can't be right on. I don't see it, bro. I think that was the last scene for the golf court part. Tomorrow, right here? Is that should though? It was should. He act like should too. I'm gonna take your word for it, but I believe
or something like that. Don't worry about it. He probably really doesn't mean it. I was like, all right. I said, I'm cool. So we go, and he goes, we're gonna go out by the pool. I said, okay. We go sit down by the pool.
Now this is the infamous red pool.
It wasn't red. It was the pool had the death row emblem painted on the bottom of the pool, which had recently been done, and the light shining on it was a red light, and the bottom of the pool was red, basically. And Sugar's sitting on his back to the pool. I'm facing him, so I'm looking directly at the pool. Reggie is sitting to my right. Sugar starts talking to me. He was like, Frank, the detectives are going to want to talk to you tomorrow. They're going to want to talk to you, blase, blase. He goes, just remember everything that happened, and just let them know, basically. So I'm like, all right, so we talked a little bit more conversation, and then he says to me, he goes, I know you loved Pop. I said, yeah. He goes, I loved him too. I was like, I know. He was like, this is just bad. He goes, it's bad. I go, I know. That conversation and that meeting was way different from the night of the shooting to the next day when I met him at his house. So now I'm thinking like, what's going on? I started feeling kind of strange. I had an eeriness come through my whole body right there.
Gangster rap star Tupac Shakur underwent a third operation last night to correct internal complications stemming from the drive-by shooting. He remains in the intensive care unit at University Medical Center in Las Vegas.
He is severely injured internally. He has multiple gunshot wounds to the chest.
We're gonna get down to the bottom.
In the backseat of a black BMW, part of an informal convoy of 10 cars.
Gang. You know
Las Vegas police say shots were fired from a passing white Cadillac. Yesterday, the Reverend Jesse Jackson arrived and said a prayer at Shakur's bedside. We've been informed that doctors have told the family members that they expect the rap star to once again recover from his injuries. Conan Nolan for NBC News, Las Vegas.
If I die tonight, oh, that's my shit right now.
The next day is September the 13th. Okay, September the 13th, 1996 fell on a Friday. My shift started with Tupac at 8 o'clock that morning. Prior to my shift starting, Reggie told me to stay away from the family.
I'm gonna let my boy Larry handle your
angry at you.
I don't know what he on.
Why they angry at me? He goes, because her son is laying up in the hospital dying. And I'm thinking, okay, right? So now I'm thinking I can't talk to Yasmin, who was Tupac's assistant at Euthanasia, and I can't talk to, we called her Mama Shakur. I couldn't talk to Afeni. So now I'm thinking, oh, great, right? So basically, that whole day, was trying to avoid them. Ironically, when Reggie had told me that before I had gotten to the hospital, I pull up, a van pulls up behind me, and it's Afeni and her sister, Gloria. They get out, and they walk into the hospital. I let them go in front of me. They go toward the back. I walk right behind them, and I go in there. I, relieve the other guy that was on, and Pac's still landing there, right?
I know. No, I ain't say nothing. I said, I know you gonna handle it.
And Afeni and her sister.
Appreciate you, bro.
They're standing inside there with Pac, looking at him. Then a doctor comes, which was his doctor. The doctor comes and goes into the room with Tupac and Afeni and Gloria, and they go out of the room into the room right next door. And the door's open, and they're sitting down. The doctor sits down. Afeni or either Glow, one of them, they sat on the floor, and the other one was sitting next to the doctor, and they're talking. And I'm watching them the whole time, right? And I see the facial expressions, and I'm like, oh no. And I'm sitting there, man, and I'm just like falling apart inside. Then Afeni walks out, and she sat down next to me. And when she sat next to me, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. She sat next to me, and I put my hand on her hand, and she said, "It's okay, Frank." That was the last time that I spoke to her. Little did I know, Pac was dying, and she had gotten his news to make her decision. The day goes on. You know, there's a zillion people coming by to, you know, see Tupac. Actually, Snoop came that day. Snoop came, and my other homeboys was with him.
A lot of people said Snoop didn't come, so they said that picture can't be AI. Then we seen. So I don't know if he lying too. Shit, but he said Snoop Dogg though. A lot of people tell him Snoop Dogg went there at the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Reggie, like, these are security questions. You need to answer these questions. So Reggie wasn't answering them. So I said, sure. I go, I don't own Right Way Security. I work for Reggie. I go, there should have been more security with us. I go, I had already asked you and told you that we needed more bodyguards on Pac. I go, I asked for more security. I go, he goes, well, what happened to Michael Moore? He was with you that day. I said, he was called to go back over to 662. And every answer I gave Suge was answers that Reggie should have been giving Suge or Suge should have known. So then Suge says to me, he goes, no, I'm sorry, he says to Reggie, he goes, Reg, he goes, what's up? You know, what was the breakdown in security? And Reggie was like, well, and Al was a supervisor, and now here's the finger being pointed again. So I'm sitting there still, and then all of a sudden the phone rings, right? Suge gets the phone, he had the phone, he answers the phone, and he stands up, and he throws the phone, bang, right across the table, right? I'm like, oh shit. I looked at the pool, and I go, I'm going for a swim. That's just how I felt. He turns around, and he says, can nobody fucking save him now? And he's in tears, right? And he goes, he just died. And I just start crying, right? As I'm crying, and I'm just like, Suge walks away. Everybody at the table just gets up, and everybody walks away. Reggie looks at me, and he goes, go, he goes, go pack your shit, get out of Vegas. And I'm thinking, why?
What y'all think about Reggie though? Y'all let me know. Tell y'all think about Reggie though. I don't know. I can't wait to see his interview. He lying there. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about Reggie?
His heart and respiratory system simply were overtaxed by the devastating gunshot wounds he suffered in a bold ambush a week ago. Word of his death brought legions of followers. Police have yet to identify any suspects, and now Shakur has died before detectives could even try to speak to him.
Showed my respect for Tupac. My brother was a good brother.
His words really give us strength to keep on moving and look forward to another day.
A lot of people's touched by it, not just
Oh shit.
rap music artists, listeners, lovers, but a lot of people, older people, is touched by this. This is a sad
To this day.
situation.
They came early and stayed late in Harlem, even in the rain, to remember Tupac Shakur and to promote.
Shout out New York. So I always say New York didn't have love for them, but shit, they came out there and stood the rain. Okay. Take it back, New York. They had love for New York. Well, I say the people, not the rappers, but the people. You know what I'm saying?
Peace in a rap world of violence.
We here to say, well, let's make a turn from the bad to the good.
A lot of negativity out here, and the violence is going to take more than just Tupac's death to stop. I still don't think people's going to learn from it. I still think a lot of stuff is going to go on, a lot of killing, a lot of violence still. They're not going to learn nothing.
It's a cold, cold day in the rap, hip-hop music world. In case you haven't heard, it's been all over the media, all over the news, all over the radio. Tupac, rapper Tupac Shakur has passed away.
I would like to send condolences to Tupac's family.
I think he was a great person. I learned a lot about him by reading about him and everything, and he did a lot of good stuff for his community.
Let's go.
I bet a lot of people hurt, but I've been hurt too, boy. You know what I'm saying? Bitch ass motherfucker right there, boy. I swear to God. You know what I mean? Fucking Diddy.
I mean, eulogy was the characteristic mode of his rap career, especially near the end when he's speaking about if I die tonight, how many brothers fell victim to the street. And, you know, death, I see death around the corner. All of these issues. But death was always linked to him.
Everybody got a book on Tupac and all them. Like, come on now. Holler if you hear me, why Tupac matters.
Rhetoric to suffering. So for him, the rhetorical acknowledgement of death was always linked to its acknowledgement as a form of suffering. And why does God allow death and destruction to occur? If you listen to Unconditional Love, he says, asking his mama why he has this urge to die. And I think that it was because of the extraordinary pain that he endured. The abandonment of his mother and father, the desultory, peripatetic, that is, moving around, domestic life that he had, where he was homeless. By the time he was in junior high in New York, in the ghettos of the Harlem and Manhattan and the Bronx, he had moved 22 times. He was at first not a gangster or a thug, but an artsy kind of bohemian rapper. And all of this caused him enormous difficulty because of his poetic gift. People laughed at him, or his clothes, because he didn't have many, laughed at him. And I think he endured an enormous amount of psychic and social suffering. And it came out in his music, and it came out with his rush to the grave, which was striking in one so young. There was a kind of complete denial of the possibility of hope. He proclaimed time and again, young, strapped, and don't give an F, hopeless, I'm hopeless. And that was his life.
People love to, have mercy and sympathy for everything, from the animals to the whales to fur to everything except us, your youth, the ones you give no attention to, who become adults with no compassion.
What you mean, brother?
Well, I think initially the sense I got in talking to different people was that people weren't talking. And the police, they were putting out a little bit of information, and their thing was, well, no one would cooperate, no one would cooperate, no one would cooperate. Well, police don't end an investigation because nobody cooperates.
Yeah.
They continue. But Orlando Anderson, I think that was a little odd, that Orlando Anderson was taken into custody, and then, he was actually questioned at the MGM Grand and decided to leave, and that should have been a red flag right there. And then he was taken into custody later and released, and they said, well, we don't have enough evidence.
Do you know about what time Orlando was released by the MGM security?
It was about I believe it was about 2.5 hours before the shooting. And also Orlando's reasons, and I got this from the cops and a couple of other different people, was Orlando Anderson gave several different reasons for why he was in Las Vegas. Number one, he said he was here for the fight. Then he said he bought tickets. Well, he came to town, he didn't have tickets, but he bought tickets. Well, that's almost impossible. And if so, he would have had to have $2,000 to get scalp tickets.
Damn.
So he didn't go to the fight, so he wasn't here for the fight. Then he told the police, well, he was here to gamble. He had driven in with his girlfriend. He was very inconsistent as to why he was in town to begin with. I think that's a red flag right there. And where was he during the shooting? He didn't have an alibi.
It began before dawn. The crime suite involved.
I told one, y'all should make her captain in there at that damn point. She would have been on his ass. Yes, sir. I tell you, get one of the white ladies off you, it's over here. And we're going down, twin.
300 officers, 10 agencies, including the FBI, at more than 37 locations in the Compton, Linwood, and Long Beach areas. Compton police say the arrests were for local crimes in connection with 12 shootings that occurred in the city of Compton that resulted in 3 deaths. But officers did reveal there could be a link to the murder of rapper Tupac Shakur.
Our investigation revealed that some of the motivation for the shootings that occurred in Compton may be in retaliation for the events that transpired in Las Vegas. But those of you who are familiar with gang activity know that gangs do retaliate for perceived violence against gang members of a particular set. The reason that we targeted the September 7th date is we noticed that we had an increase in gang activity and shootings beginning following that date.
Shakur's car was sprayed with bullets following a boxing match in Las Vegas on September 7th. The rapper died a week later from his bullet wounds. Las Vegas police were on the scene for today's sweep and will be interviewing some of those arrested, including a 22-year-old reputed gang member named Orlando Anderson, who may have been in Las Vegas that night.
Las Vegas Police Department has not announced any suspect in the Tupac Shakur shooting. There is one suspect who was arrested on a homicide which occurred in the city of Compton in April, who they will probably talk to. But as far as that goes, I would refer you to the Las Vegas Police Department for any information regarding the crime that occurred in Las Vegas.
I cannot say that we have pinpointed one particular person. There are some people, and I can't elaborate
why
as to the names, but there are some people that came up early. There were a lot of names that came up through the course of the investigation. Many of them we could eliminate right away based on the information that was given to us, because we knew there's still some information we know that has not been made public, and it's helped us to eliminate the nonsense that comes in, and unfortunately there is a lot of that.
I don't think they ever had any suspects.
I like.
I mean, I don't think they were. I don't think they were looking
them.
at suspects. They never named. They even hesitated to even come close to calling Orlando Anderson a suspect. They did at one point, and then they withdrew it very quickly, like a day or so. Oh no, we never called him a suspect. Suge Knight, you know, I think that was rather interesting. That Suge Knight goes into. There he is. He's overnight. He spent the night at University Medical Center. And Tupac, of course, was there too, but Tupac was in the intensive care unit, the trauma unit, and Suge was admitted into the tower, you know, the rooms of the hotel, or the hospital, spent the night there. And they released him the next morning. By the time the two detectives got to the hospital to interview Suge, he'd already been released from the hospital and they couldn't get him. They never went to his house. I mean, he lives in Las Vegas. He had a house in Las Vegas. They never interviewed him. Then they went through his attorneys, and it wasn't for 6 or 7 days that they interviewed Suge, and they interviewed him for about 20 minutes.
The day after, right off the bat, we're wanting to talk to the guy that's in the car with Tupac Shakur, Suge Knight. And we're working right away with that. And in fact, the night of the shooting, we tried to talk to him, but were refused access to him by the members of Death Row.
There are a number of inconsistencies in relation to the crime scene.
It's over there.
First, that particular night, in the witnesses that were interviewed, there were actually 2 different types of vehicles, a white Cadillac and a white Lincoln Continental. I tend to lean more towards the Cadillac description, though the license plate the only license plate number we were given was on a Lincoln. Well, put it this way, the witness said that the car that the plate was on was a Lincoln. The plate number was thoroughly checked because the number itself was invalid, and I did every kind of mix and match that you could possibly do, and never got anything on the license plate number. As far as a Cadillac, there have probably been 50 different stories about that Cadillac called in.
Don't worry about
No
QVD gonna tell them years later. You dumb ass.
As far as giving chase, at the time of the shooting, And this again was some misinformation. This kind of misinformation I don't have a problem talking about. There's been talk about the officers that were in the parking garage at the time of the shooting. You got to understand, they were not in a position to see the shooting. They heard the shots, but by the time they got to a position to see, and they're elevated because they're doing another case, everybody's already darting out of there, because it wasn't like this shooting happened and all these cars just sat there. This was a very dynamic.
I don't believe that motherfucker. But none he said. I don't believe that motherfucker. I don't trust no cop with no goddamn mustache. I don't never trust the motherfucker. Hello.
Scene. Again, I'm doing that based on the witness, and again, the one particular witness that has come around, I put a lot of more credence to what he said. With the information I've gotten from witnesses, one particular witness who has been helpful, it wouldn't be the driver from the positioning and all. And there were some witnesses.
We know they shot from the back to always to the front. We know it was.
Just happened to be there. And
it was Orlando or it was Fat Boy on the left side.
Descriptions were given to that, and the positioning of the shooter was not the driver.
No, revolvers don't leave shells, so they thought that possibly a revolver or another, that kind of a gun could have been used, and it wouldn't have left any evidence behind.
Physical evidence, no. Witness descriptions, that's come up, that possibly some other shots, but there's been no physical evidence of it. And again, there's only been one person that has said they thought that there was another weapon fired.
From the type of weapon that was used to the number of times he was shot, there are still many discrepancies.
I believe it was 4 or 5 that hit him. They had 10 to 12 spent.
He was struck 3 times, but one shot hit him twice. So he was hit twice in a way to where they were serious injuries.
One of the witnesses to the crime was Tupac's childhood friend and member of the Outlaws, Yafu Fula.
I didn't interview any of the witnesses.
I, in fact, interviewed Yafu Fula that night. Again, he wasn't real happy about sitting there talking to me.
The fact that the one person who says he witnessed the crime and could finger the shooter.
He did say he thought he could identify the driver. He never said he could identify the shooter.
Yafu Fula, as we know,
Man, rest in peace, brother.
Ended up dead a month, 2 months later. Both police departments in Orange County in New Jersey and the Las Vegas police said from the get-go, no, they're unrelated. I don't even think they investigated whether they were related.
When we learned that he was killed, I mean, I was on the phone right away back to New Jersey. So it wasn't because we didn't try, it's because of what we got from the very beginning with the attorneys for death row. From the interview with Suge Knight all the way through, well, we'll work on it. But no, there was no evidence of it. I talked to the investigators back there. It was quite obvious to them that this was in no way related to the Shakur killing.
Why did you turn on me?
There have been a number of stories in recent reports that implicate Suge Knight as being directly involved with the shooting and murder of Tupac Shakur.
I found no evidence whatsoever that death row or Suge Knight had anything to do with Tupac's shooting. I mean, I've talked to lots and lots of people, and including the LAPD, who seemed to think that they wanted to, they tried to pin it on him. And let me tell you, if the LAPD had any evidence whatsoever that Suge Knight had anything to do with either Biggie Smalls' murder or the
had them motherfuckers on payroll.
police in Las Vegas had anything to do with Tupac or Biggie or whatever, they would.
Nigga had cops on payroll. Hold on now.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Even people in death row said that shit. It's security guards and shit for death row said he had cops on payroll in LA. You know what I'm saying?
Indicted him. They tried. I think that there was lots of cops trying to pin something on Suge, and it just didn't add up, and they couldn't get him. I think there's some people who would like to see him stay in prison.
Shit, he in prison now?
You know, that's been brought up a lot. I obviously had to look at it.
Why y'all ain't look at it, did he?
As a possibility. But my feeling is if you're going to have someone killed, you aren't going to want to be sitting 2 feet from them in a car. And especially considering the size of Suge Knight.
Say yes.
I mean, he's right there. The way the shooting's going on, I'm surprised he didn't get hit.
I'm saying, why they didn't look at it
any
before?
more than he did.
At this point, they probably knew.
Yeah, that came up, but my personal belief is no, he didn't have anything to do with this.
The June 2001 issue of Rolling Stone stated that Frank Alexander knew why Suge Knight would have had Tupac murdered.
I have never witnessed with my eyes. I can only speak for what I have seen or what I have witnessed with my own eyes. I did not directly say not one of the things that I read in the Rolling Stone article, me being quoted as saying. I didn't say those things. I stated in my book, Got Your Back, that I saw no reason why anyone would sit in a...
What, to Faye Evans, to the security guard, to Keefy D? Everybody got a goddamn book. Everybody trying to make money off of it. It's crazy.
Vehicle or next to anyone that they would put a hit on someone and be sitting next to them with the bullets flying all through the car like it did that night. Suge was a target as well as Tupac was. I stick by that. I said that in my book. Why would I have put in Rolling Stone magazine or with this detective Poole, as he said I said these things, why would have I told him these things when I didn't even put it in my own book? It would have gone in my book before it would have gone in Rolling Stone magazine. I'm shocked that Rolling Stone magazine would even print something like that without checking secondary source. They could have gotten a hold of me through my publisher. I never said that Suge Knight was one of the shrewdest gangsters. Suge personally never did anything to me. He treated security very well, as I've stated before. There was no beef with anyone in security with Suge Knight. Never. I've been interviewed by the FBI. I've been interviewed by, obviously, the Las Vegas homicide detectives, by the LAPD. Why would I have said that Suge had Biggie killed? I was no longer working for Death Row Records. I have no idea why Biggie was killed or who killed Biggie.
Do you have an idea why Tupac was killed?
No, I don't.
I mean, I have never seen any information, and there are lots of rumors, people say lots of things, and I think it's just absolutely absurd that just the notion that someone would say, yeah, I'm going to sit next to him while you open up, an automatic
I want to know what's her name, bro.
Handgun and fire it and hope it doesn't hit me. It's ludicrous.
I'm going to try to find out what her name is. I wonder if she did a follow-up. I don't know when she did this interview.
Well, when you die so young, it's hard for other young people to identify with that because it means that they may die young. So their vulnerability is protected by protecting Tupac. If he's dead, I can die.
She was up all night.
If he's not dead, then that possibility is forestalled. So when people invest in this urban legend
really love you, my bad.
that they saw Tupac in Cuba, kicking it with Assata Shakur, or he's on some paradise island, it's a way of protecting their own psyches from the vulnerable recognition that they too will and can die. Furthermore, I think that Tupac is the first candidate for the kind of cultural survival that usually is only accorded to figures like Elvis. Of course, when Charlie Parker died, people immediately went around and said, "Bird lives," and people claim to have seen him in other places. So Tupac by no means is the first, but I think the most extraordinary black example of survival in this post-industrial urban spaces.
Tupac had a special gift. I truly believe it. And I think that part of that gift was the sense of prophecy.
Well, I think he definitely had, you know, what Freud called thanatos, which is this love of death, this death wish. And at the same time, believing that that was his destiny. He was haunted by his own destiny, addicted to death, so to speak.
He started feeling that he was going to die, and he already had in his mind and said it in his heart that he was going to die at a young age. Tupac never thought he would live to be 30.
Death was always linked to him in his own rhetoric to suffering. So for him, the rhetorical acknowledgement of death was always linked to its acknowledgement as a form of suffering. And why does God allow death and destruction to occur?
His death, he had lyrically spoke about it a lot in his songs. It was his time. September 13th, 1996.
Oh my
God,
I hate that shit, because that's on my birthday, bro. Ugh. Nigga died on my motherfucking birthday, bro. Shit crazy.
Pre-planned. There was nothing that I could have done.
So my next birthday, next September 13th, chat, I'm gonna do a special Tupac stream on my birthday for him, cause he died on my birthday. So I'm gonna make sure y'all check it out. That's like months from now, but I want to do it like a celebration. What's up? What you say, bro?
No one else could have done anything.
That shit crazy, bro. He died on my birthday, bro.
It would have happened. The shooters would have been found out. We would know who killed him. God had it already planned for his life. His mom and I even spoke on that, and I wrote that in my paperback edition of my book, Got Your Back. And she said to me, "Frank, baby, there was nothing that you could have done that night. Tupac Shakur's life was planned, and it was going to end September 13th, 1996. You and no one else could have done anything." That brought a lot of peace to my heart right there when she and I finally had the conversation. After 2 years, from the time that he was shot up until, I think it was around June, July of 1998, that she and I spoke. And it relieved a lot of feelings for me to have spoke with her and had pretty much
30th anniversary.
Her blessings that she wasn't
We're gonna do a
upset
special
wasn't a
stream,
problem
man.
with me. And no one else really matters. It's his mother that mattered to me, and I got her
I
answer.
think I'm gonna do all Tupac stream. I'm gonna do his mother, his auntie, the whole background, bro, on my birthday, bro. Cause I know I'm too old. I don't go to clubs and shit, so we're gonna celebrate Tupac together. Hope y'all come and join the stream in September with me as we celebrate Tupac. You know what I'm saying?
So only God could judge me, and that's the end of that one.
I like it. They were good. They were good right here. They were good right here. Damn. It says it's been 5 years since the death of Tupac Shakur, yet his last album released in February of 2001 sold over 3 million copies in 3 months. Damn. We need another album. Yo. Said Tupac Tupac sold over 33.5 million records throughout his career, but died with less than 100. Damn. Fuck. I'm all sad inside, like for real. We're tore up inside. It say publishing report states that Death Row Records owed Tupac anywhere from $49 million of the time of his death. Yeah, I'm like, you need to get it to his family, bro. Like, come on now. I know, right? That's what's gonna be crazy though, cause they say the Keefy D trial starting in August. Boom. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm gonna stream that live. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what's going on with it. I hope they get that motherfucker the goddamn death penalty, motherfucker. A life in prison 1 and 2. We gonna stream that August. Make sure you say I think it's August the 10th. August 10th, Keefy D trial. Then y'all know September is around my birthday. We Tupac stream, so we gonna celebrate whatever happens on in August. So yeah. Make sure y'all stay updated. They playing all the damn trade music by pitting y'all. Tupac records over 200 songs. Damn, 200 songs at the time of his death. His mother, Afeni, had to sue Death Row Records for the rights to his songs. Now, 200 songs? God damn, that's a lot of fucking songs, bro. There are classes being held at universities across the world that study the life of music. Well, they are universities? What on? Hold on, I gotta look into that shit. Shit, we need to see what they talking about in the universities. Already 7 years, TMZ. TMCO. Tupac murder is still being investigated by the Las Vegas. We don't want them to investigate. We don't know. What her name is? Oh. Hold on, I got it right. Damn, where my phone at? I got to write her fucking name now. I don't want to check. I got to get her because she like the only one that like, you know what I'm saying, really doing her job. I got a screenshot of her name. I hope she's still alive though. Cause she was old as hell in this video. I don't know. Been like 30 years since that shit. So I don't know. Damn, I got to delete an app on my phone. I'll get off my stream. I'll get Kathy's. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look her shit up so I can save it. Kathy. Let's go to YouTube. How you spell her name? Hold on, damn, I don't forgot that damn fast. Damn. Cavistock on being at Tupac scene. Oh damn, she got older. Okay, she got one for 3 years ago. If she got a follower though, that's what I need to know. Oh, we got one for 5 months ago. Okay, she's still alive. Oh, bet. Okay, we got Cap. She got follow up. Bet. Yeah, she got a book too? Shit. Okay, I'm gonna say that because I'm gonna see what she talking about. Hopefully he ain't got no damn music in that shit. This one for 5 months ago, so we gonna see what they talking about. So we got, who the fuck is this? I know you fucking lying. Motherfucker say Tupac daughter. I know you fucking lying. Alright, chat, we're gonna end the stream right there. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. If y'all new to the channel, please like and subscribe.
Another one. Another one.
Give me a hell yeah. W3, man. I appreciate everybody coming in and rocking with me. I'm gonna show real quick everybody that came to the chat. Shout out to my top chatters in here. I appreciate everybody that came to the chat. Y'all came and talked to me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Fawn. Shout out my moderator, Larry. I can't see your name, baby, but shout out to you. Shout out to Rage. My boy Tank, he always